Alright, the final, ultimate final trial. Let's stop this one bear and end this killing game. Once and for all. The final class trial is in session. Now. Kibo. Samugi. Himiko. Maki. And Monokuma. And the Cubs. And Shuichi, of course. The hero of this story.
I'd like to begin by asking Shuichi a question. Since this class trial was his idea, what exactly is the point of this class trial?
What exactly indeed?
Yeah! Why are we having a class trial if no one died? Whoa! My voice was way louder than I expected. I might be on a roll today.
Sure.
I'm no slouch at being a loudmouth either.
Yeah, I fully monodam all the time!
Monodam's voice is super soft, though. Everyone cool with him getting blown up?
Oh my god.
You said that the killing game would end if you exposed the truth at the class trial. So, you bastards, what is the purpose of this class trial?
Oh, that's a good question.
You just asked it.
But his voice was quiet.
Does force volume not matter at all?
Purpose of the class trial.
All right, I'll give you an answer. The reason I called for this trial is
To stop Kibo and Monokuma's fight, to continue the killing game, to retry a past case. Rantaro Amami. The case of Rantaro Amami.
I wish to retry a past case.
With all the evidence that we have now.
For which case?
The first one, the murder of Rantaro Amami. I've found new evidence relevant to the case. In light of that evidence, I demand a retrial.
What's the point of a retrial? The result of the first class trial has already been settled.
But has it?
Yeah!
What if our vote was wrong?
And we were tricked.
Wrong! Monokuma said the blackened for that incident was Kaede.
You're saying he was wrong?
Monoken, your reactions are too extreme. It's making the rest of us look bad.
Sour. I'm gonna blow you up!
Oh shit, he's already got the detonator!
Die!
To test the validity of our vote, we're going to retry the entire case. If Monokuma was wrong, the validity of these trials would be in question. The entire killing game wouldn't make sense anymore.
The mastermind's hiding something.
You think you can destroy the game by calling out my failure as the game master.
Yes.
You shouldn't have a problem with this if you have nothing to hide, Monokuma.
This
So
one
in
bear.
the end, the first case has become the focal point yet again.
Yes, it has.
What a twist! What an interesting twist! Okay, let's do this!
So what is this new truth?
There are several. But before we go any further, I want to discuss Rantaro's talent.
As the ultimate survivor.
Did you learn what his talent was?
Rantaro's ultimate talent was a mystery, but now I know. Rantaro's ultimate talent, ultimate victim, ultimate mastermind, ultimate quizmaster, the ultimate survivor. Second choice.
He was the ultimate survivor.
Ultimate survivor?
I saw it too. He said so in his video.
Himiko, and I just love jumping. Well, the truth is, this isn't your first killing game. You're the ultimate survivor. You survived the last killing game. That's why you got this perk, the survivor perk.
Rantaro became the ultimate survivor after surviving a past killing game. After his memory was
Apparently he
wiped,
wanted
he
this
participated in the killing game once again.
and died first.
This wasn't Rantaro's first killing game?
Nope.
He participated in a second killing game.
And it probably wouldn't have been his last either if he hadn't
I'm
died.
not sure yet. But after I learned that Rantaro was the ultimate survivor, I deduced his objective.
Rantaro's objective?
The reason he went to the library before he was killed, and why he knew about the hidden door.
Didn't he just happen to randomly notice the hidden door?
No, it was a map on a survivor perk monopad.
That's what I thought at the time, but it appears that assumption was false. There was an actual reason why Carl knew about the door.
Yes, that reason is the reason why Rentaro knew about the door. His survivor perk. It wasn't coincidence. He didn't just investigate the library, and Kaede never told him. It was part of his survivor perk.
Rantaro was given this monopad as a kind of survivor perk.
It's still bloody, and with a handprint.
It has a map of the entire academy, including areas that had not yet been unlocked. Of course, that includes the hidden room.
But the only room it doesn't show is the entrance from the girls' bathroom.
To think Rantaro was given that as a survivor perk.
He found out about the hidden room with this map?
Yes.
The monopad also contained a video Rantaro recorded for himself.
Clue to end the killing game. Touch and so.
If the mastermind ever needed a spare Monokuma, they would head to the hidden room.
The message was what inspired him to go to the library, to investigate the hidden room.
During the time limit. Time limit is now in effect. Murder does not occur by nighttime 2 days from now. And every single force participating in this killing game will die. Mauled to shreds by countless Monokumas from the rumored Monokuma making machine, the Mother Kuma.
The mastermind would have gone to that room to mass produce Monokuma once time ran out. So in order to figure out who the mastermind was, Rantaro went to the hidden room at the back of the library just before time ran out.
It's just me or is Kibo really quiet?
That's right. Rantaro must have come to the same conclusion that Kaede and I did.
Sure is ironic that the ultimate survivor died because of Kaede's trap.
I think it's even more ironic that the ultimate survivor was the first to die.
But if Rantaro had a clue like that, why didn't he come to us with it?
I assume because he didn't trust us. The killing game had just started after all. What he said in his video message certainly didn't help either. He told himself to only share this information with people he could trust.
He didn't have any recollection of filming this message, right? That means he must have had trouble believing it as well.
It was probably confusing for him too. That's why he didn't consult us.
Why the long face? It's nothing. I figured no one would listen to some guy who can't even remember his own talent, right? This is exactly what Monokuma wants us to do, so what else is part of this plan? Is my memory part of it too? If it is, then can I trust myself? I just love showing this scene.
He didn't know if he could trust that video, or trust us, or even trust himself. He must have been so lost. With the
Monokuma!
time limit approaching, he decided to take a chance.
There's no need for that, because I'm going to end this game. I've already decided. You're going to end this game? It's not about outfoxing everyone in this killing game. It's about ending the game itself. That's the real goal. Can you even accomplish such a feat? I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't think I could.
So we went to the library alone, without telling anyone.
And then he got killed by Kaede's trap.
The only people who knew about the hidden door at that time were Rantaro and I. I had Kaede with me, and I thought I could trust her, so I told her about the hidden room. That was the difference between me and Rantaro, I suppose. I had Kaede.
And Kaede's the one who killed him!
What a snake!
He does not believe
So,
that.
what are you guys talking about? Is this something I forgot?
I don't know anything about what they're saying.
Is this something that transpired before we were born?
No.
So what's your point? You know who Rantaro was and why he did what he did. But it's pointless now, isn't it?
No, it's not pointless. Now that we know
hear
this
this
new
laughing
information,
bit.
if we look back at Rantaro's case, we can find a new truth that we missed at the time.
A new truth?
I don't really get it, but we just need to look at Rantaro's case again, right?
Then let's do it.
Yes, let's do this together.
My vast
Yeah.
powers, I'll turn Monokuma into an omnibus.
Which one?
I don't really get that either, but I guess we're gonna republish Monokuma.
What? I'm not too sure either, but the real battle is just beginning. We'll prove that the result was wrong and core the mastermind together. Okie dokie. The history of speak motivated to Mr. Smitless.
Rantaro went to the library.
Be quiet and
Just
listen.
before Monokuma's time limit expired.
Hell yeah, that is our
Using the
job.
information provided by the survivor,
Fire report, how should I know?
he made his way to the hidden door.
I can't read all this.
Expose the identity of the mastermind.
Yes, yes.
But before he could achieve that goal, he got hit in the head with a shot put ball and died.
Because of Kaede's fully automatic killing machine.
That's the coolest no matter.
Fully automatic?
What is it?
There was no culprit at the scene.
Father's talking, be quiet.
The only one in the library at the time of the murder was Rantaro himself.
That's a fact, right?
Aside for so
Camera
long.
went off just before the incident. And only Rantaro was in the picture.
Rantaro's the only one at the scene. That's what we conclude the first trial. Was it really true? Okay, so he
Rantaro
wasn't the
went
first
to
at
the
the scene.
library.
Was it? So he wasn't the first one at the scene. Oh yeah, because someone took a survivor perk, so obviously someone else was there. Alright then. That's it. He wasn't.
The only one in the library at the time of the murder was Rantaro.
No.
That's wrong!
Because his monopad was taken from him, so that his survivor perk monopad was taken from him, so someone else was there.
Rantaro was not the only one in the library at the time the murder occurred.
Thanks, Team. It goes abracadabra.
Monopad is proof of that.
Why would that monopad be evidence?
Someone took it.
The monopad was given exclusively to Rantaro as his survivor perk, correct?
I almost hit the one where it's the hit on the head or something.
He didn't have it on his person. He only had his student handbook monopad. Which means that someone took this monopad from Rantaro after the murder.
Yep. Oh, already?
Wow, that's what we've been saying.
What do you guys want?
What? Keep quiet, will you? I don't have time for your nonsense right now.
Really? I have no clue what anyone is talking about.
If we don't chime in soon, Pops is gonna push the detonator.
We're gonna die.
We better not let these fucking chumps run their mouths anymore.
What the fuck do you guys want? Monotaro? Library.
A bloody monopad is disgusting. You should wash it right away.
This is-
That's not a real rebuttal!
Someone stole the survivor perk. Where's the proof?
No way there's a bloody thief!
But remember, Rantaro brought the survivor perk monopad to the library. If it's missing now, that must mean someone stole it.
He brought that monopad to the library?
I think there's maybe no way that's possible.
All he had on him was the student handbook monopad.
Nope.
He didn't bring the survivor perk with him.
Nope, something related to that.
We cannot assert it was stolen.
Yep, that's right.
Wait, the picture of Rantaro. Okay, I got it.
He brought that monopad to the library?
Yep.
I think there's maybe
Because
no
I remember
way
he
that's
did have it.
All he had on him was the student handbook monopad. He didn't bring the survivor perk with him.
I'll cut through your words.
Yeah, fuck you. Someone's gonna die.
No, there is no doubt Rantaro brought the survivor perk monopad to the library.
Because the final picture.
Picture taken just before he died clearly shows him holding it.
And like 5 rings. Why does he have so many rings?
That could be his student.
Not even on his
handbook
ring
model
finger.
pad, bro, you fucking know.
No, it was definitely the same monopad. You see the way the blood is dry here? The outline of his fingers matches how he was holding it in the picture.
Oh, that's the back of it.
Shortly after this photo was taken, Rantaro was struck in the head by the shot put ball. Do you think
I didn't realize that was the back of it. I thought that
outline
was the
on
screen.
monopad was formed?
Even though it shows the screen on the other side that doesn't have the giant handprint.
I do. That's why the monopad Rantaro is holding in this picture.
It's the same one he...
It has to be the same monopad we have now.
Yes.
What?
Why?
Reacting. It makes us look like we're not paying attention.
You're not.
Scream all you want. Monosuke's the one that's gonna get blown up.
Nope! Monokid's dead again.
Monokid!
Wait, wasn't he the first? Yeah, he was the first to die last time as well. He just died first again. Poor Monofanny. Not really.
I'm so upset my cute cubs lost that my finger slipped.
But you can control which one blows up?
But those were some pretty fireworks. Even in death, my kid's a real cutie.
There goes Monokid
Their
again.
lions push their cubs into bottomless ravines to kill them.
What?
Kill them.
So there was a thief, huh? I can't believe someone would do something so evil.
So who took the monopad? Do you know anything else?
Monokid was the culprit that stole it, and to shut him up, he just got blown up. Do we know anything about the person who took Rantaro's monopad? Yes, I think we do. Let me get the facts straight and think. Alright. Oh, another 4 questions. Speed, 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 my guy. By the way, it might not sound as energetic. Like, I'm excited for this, but it might not sound as energetic because I literally just came back from work as of recording this. So it's like, for me, it's like 8 a.m. because I work a night shift. So it's like, I have been asleep, or I haven't gotten a chance to sleep. But I want to get this done because I really want to get this out before December 3rd. Since that's when Decadence comes out. Like, my original plan since Decadence was announced was to actually finish the 3 main games, 1, 2, and V3 before Decadence came out. Or just fair because it's something I just want to do on the side. But I want to do it just to finish the series. But like, I don't like the special modes I'll do, but I just want to finish like the main games of it. Like the special modes I can do on the weekend. I can do on the weekend still. How many mod pads does Rantaro have in the library? Is it gonna be 2? Cause his student monopad and his personal one. Yep. I almost did 1 because I almost selected only 1 because Survivor perk. But yeah, I'm okay with doing the special modes after Decadence releases, but I just want to get like the main stories, all the main stories done before it releases. Then it's like the board game for Danganronpa V3. I don't mind doing that after Decadence releases. Just something to look forward to for myself. I'm excited to play that and then see what Danganronpa Summer Camp actually added. So I hope you guys look forward to that too. And are you guys going to pick up Decadence as well? I already have the special edition on pre-order. Want to get that soundtrack and everything. But of course I gotta buy a radio. Monopad was taken. My computer doesn't have a little disc slot, so I can't listen to it on my computer. So I think I'd just buy like a handheld radio at some point. Oh wow, it's actually going through the ground. I did not. Okay. Did not expect that. Oh, there we go again. Shuichi talking with the headmaster. I'm passing through the center. Oh, where was it taken to? Now, where's the monopad taken to? Where was that monopad taken to? It was taken to the hidden room. Because that's definitely where we found it as well. We also found a mysterious chocolate ball there. Got a hose in the car. Hose in the boat. How'd I miss them all? Yeah, I can slow down, right? Oh, left. Oh, fuck you. They are not making these easy to get. I got 6 minutes left to do this, but... My God. Ah. Swift. Not too swift. It's actually frightening. I'm gonna have to do this again later on. Who can enter the hidden room? The mastermind. Or everyone as whose Kibo blew it up. Mastermind. Sees the survivors or the victim. Okay. 2 monopads. The vibe perk was taken away. It was taken to the hidden room and only the mastermind should be able to enter it. Whew.
The one who took that monopad is the mastermind. I'm sure of it.
The mastermind?
The survivor perk monopad was found in the library's hidden room.
Honestly, that means one of these people are faking their mood.
And only the mastermind would have been able to enter that room, correct?
Between the time Rentaro
Yes,
died
the
and
card
when we
slot.
found him, he put that monopad in the hidden room?
No, that's impossible!
How?
Impossible? Why?
Huh? You don't know? Why, even my cute little cubs have already figured it out.
He's just gonna threaten them with the button.
Yeah, so I'll let Monotaro explain.
I've already forgotten what we're even talking about.
The button!
Oh, crap, he's gonna push it! It's gonna be Monokid all over again!
The mastermind is not in any of the photos taken in the library. Why is that?
Oh, that's true. In order to get to the hidden room, you need to move the bookcase, right?
Are we gonna talk about this timing?
Those hidden cameras, so
The timing
if
between
the
intervals?
mastermind was using
The
this
intervals
door,
of the
he
cameras.
would have been caught on camera.
But they didn't enter the
None of
front door.
Pictures showed anyone like that.
Because they didn't enter through the front door. We found the hidden door through the girls' room.
Is wrong.
Very wrong.
Well done.
Hold on. The hidden cameras in the library had interval timers.
Mew. After the shutter snaps, the camera can't take a new photo for 30 seconds. Because I redesigned the cameras to auto-roll the film instead of having to do it manually.
Perhaps the mastermind worked within that 30-second interval?
Probably not.
I see. So the mastermind hid in the
I feel like for what they would have had to do for that is if they somehow timed it to the intervals. If they wanted to actually steal the monopad, they'd have to grab the monopad, run out of the room, wait for the cameras to snap again. Well, we'll probably throw something into the room to get the cameras snapping because they sense movement. Wait for the auto roll and then come in and open the door.
Grab the monopad from the library and then return to the hidden room.
Hold on. There's a flaw in your logic.
What? What flaw?
Huh? Don't ask me. The Mono Cubs are gonna explain.
He just wants to threaten them.
What? Again? Reject your logic without explaining why. That's the Monokuma debate style. Prepare, Mono Cubs! And you better use your brains or I'll kill ya!
Here we go. Door, the hidden passageway. Probably the hidden passageway.
What are we arguing about again?
Probably do that because it seems. Because that's what the answer was.
Isn't it weird that the mastermind's not in any photos?
Unless they
that
use
one.
an interval between shots.
Interval, what's that?
The camera has a 30-second interval between shots. That's enough time to take the monopad from the body.
You don't know that?
Where was the mastermind hiding?
In the hidden room, of course.
If they were still inside the hidden room,
Oh, that would be that.
how would they know what was happening in the library?
If you don't know when the
How's that a
camera
weak
went
point?
off, how would you know the interval timing?
Yep.
Bravo, Monodum! Wonderful objection!
Now we've escaped certain death.
Monica can still die though. I know the master would trying to time it, and of course the master would be.
What are we arguing?
Oh, it's a
Isn't it
6
weird that
Monica.
The mastermind's not in any photos.
So it's something with
Unless
this.
they use the interval between shots.
The camera has a 30-second interval between shots. That's enough time to take the monopad from the body.
Then where was the mastermind hiding?
So I don't know what weak point is
In
though.
the hidden room, of course.
If they were still inside the hidden room,
Oh, okay.
how would they know what was
These little guys. These little nano Kumas.
The
Bye,
mastermind
Monodam.
saw what was happening in the library. They had surveillance cameras.
surveillance cameras?
I did not know about this.
Where would something like that be?
Glad you
You
asked.
don't know? Even though they're monocubs just like you?
Monocubs?
I mean these.
Little nano Kumas.
So cute and tiny!
Aren't they? They're your siblings too!
That's a big reveal to drop so casually.
These little guys are called Nanokumas. Their job is to monitor the campus.
How do you know that?
Oh, Father told me. He said to make sure I told everyone.
But you told no one!
I had completely forgotten about it. Good thing I just remembered.
You're gonna die!
Dumbass, you remembered too late.
There are countless nanokumas buzzing all over the campus. All the footage they record is wirelessly transmitted through Mother Kuma, and then sent to Monokuma.
Yes, via Mother Kuma. That's an important point. If Mother Kuma receives the camera feeds, the mastermind could ask it anything. They would know about the situation in the library and the hidden room.
I see. Mother Kuma can tell them the interval timers for the cameras.
But does that even matter? The girls'
mastermind was in
bathroom.
the hidden room after they stole the monopad from Rantaro.
But why would they steal the monopad?
Why you look so
The
chilled?
mastermind was probably terrified by the idea of us picking up Rantaro's perk.
No, that's wrong!
What?
I wasn't necessarily afraid. The survivor perk was for Rantaro's eyes only. Sure, he could have shared the info with you, but that's not the same as getting the info directly from the monopad. Because then, you can't say it was a survivor perk for Rantaro's eyes only, right? So when he died, I took it back. That's all.
I don't know about that.
Even I'm trying to figure this out.
You are calm now, but at the time, you must have been pretty desperate. The monopad clearly stated that there was a mastermind in the academy. If we knew then that a mastermind was behind everything, we would have worked together. But you couldn't let that happen. He needed us to go after each other.
And
Either way, you admit the mastermind stole the monopad, right?
Well, yes, but only reluctantly.
Then the mastermind messed up. If they wanted to retrieve the monopad, they should have used Monokuma to do it.
No, that's impossible.
why is that impossible? Oh, because he can't
Rules
interfere.
state I can't participate in a murder, which includes tampering with the crime scene.
School rules.
If you're so strict about following the rules, does that mean that someone is watching? If that's the case,
Still, what a waste of a survivor perk! If only he lived a little longer, then this info would have made things interesting.
Stop changing the subject.
I still don't have the whole picture, but it seems like we're all being watched. In that case, this plan should go well. If I win this killing game by proving that it doesn't follow its own rules, I should be able to end this whole thing.
But the point of this class trial is to discuss Rantaro's case, right? The mastermind stealing his survivor perk shouldn't affect it whatsoever. In the end, Kaede killed him. There's no shaking off that truth.
Yeah.
One truth prevails.
no, that's
The other
not
is
truth.
blind.
I'm certain of that. It's a lie that you made up.
Mean? Why?
The Monokuma makeup.
That's right. Kaede wasn't the one who killed Rantaro. The true culprit is...
The Monika's the Monokuma. Rantaro himself. No, the mastermind killed him. It's gotta be the case.
The mastermind
There's a shot football in the
controlling
hidden room.
Monokuma. They're the one who killed Rantaro.
Mastermind is the culprit?
Can you call yourself the ultimate detective? Trying to overturn the results
Defective.
of the first class trial. The Monocups won't be silent about this.
He just wants to threaten them.
Us again?
But we said we don't know.
I have the button again! So his video message during the library shop put ball pin fiber.
Rantaro's killer
I'm
was
gonna
the
check.
mastermind. That means Kaede was the mastermind.
That's not possible. Kaede was the mastermind?
The mastermind is the culprit.
Yes.
Yeah. Got any evidence?
Oh, Master Silencer, okay.
Want evidence Kaede is the culprit? The shot football at the murder scene.
The shot ball on the weapon.
Was to lure Rantaro in and then cracked his skull with a shot football.
Yep, Kaede set up the whole thing.
Shit, bro.
And the lethal shot football. Kaede had it all along.
Oh, this is probably it.
Kaede's the mastermind after all.
Exactly.
Why so interested in dead people? You want to crack open a cold one?
With the boys? I think I know which one it is, though. If I can just show that Kaede isn't the culprit, the argument falls apart. Should have evidence of that.
If Rantaro's killer...
Yep. So I got that one right. And I think I know which one it is, too.
Throw in and then cracked his skull with a
The whole thing.
Oh, wait.
Even the lethal shot football. Kaede had all along.
Nope.
That's wrong! The most important fact we discovered during the investigation is this. The shot football that Rantaro was killed with was different than the one Kaede had.
Because the pink fiber on it is the same string from her shirt.
I have no idea what's going on.
Different shot football? What do you mean?
I found a shot football in the trash can in the hidden room. But it was not the murder weapon. That shot football didn't have any blood on it. Rather, there was a pink fiber stuck to that shot.
Popping from her shirt.
fiber. So what?
Do you remember how Kaede was carrying the shot football?
Under her shirt. Or in her shirt. Kaede's backpack. She was carrying the shot football in there. By its way, it would have been easy to carry in a backpack. Notice you also had a spare vest which you could have wrapped it in. Oh, there's that. Don't prevent the cameras you were carrying from being damaged. Wrapped around an extra vest she had.
It was wrapped in her spare vest. Her pink vest.
Yep.
See, the shot put ball you found in the hidden room had a pink fiber on it.
Yes, it's a fiber from her vest. That can only mean that the ball I found was the one that was in Coyote's backpack.
What you say? Really? I got no idea what you're talking about.
That shot put ball did not have blood on it, so it could not have been the murder weapon. In short, the shot that Coyote used didn't hit Rantaro.
Maybe they just washed off the blood.
Probably not.
If so, the fiber on the shot put ball would have been washed off as well. It's clear to me that the real murder weapon is different than the shot Coyote had. Yes, Coyote set up the bookcase and rolled the shot into the vent. But that shot didn't hit Rantaro. Her plan failed.
Her initial plan.
Failed? I don't even know what that means.
If you found that shot put ball in the hidden room, then that means...
Found a shot put ball in the hidden room because... if the mastermind took it, Monokuma took it, the Monokuma took it.
That's it.
The mastermind just messing with this game left and right.
Mastermind took it from the library. Only they could get in that room after all.
The mastermind took it?
So they
Why are you
recovered the
getting so
shot that
nervous?
missed Rantaro, and he was killed by a different one.
Rantaro was killed by the mastermind, who made it look like Coyote was the culprit. That required a bit of trickery on the mastermind's part. They prepared their own shot to kill Rantaro and switched it with Coyote's shot. They took Coyote's shot put ball and stowed it in the hidden room. To put it simply, Coyote didn't kill Rantaro. It was the mastermind.
I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Did you?
Father is going to yell.
Why did Monodam have to blow up?
What? Monodam, why?
But now Monosuke's alive.
Whoops! I got too worked up and accidentally pressed the detonator.
Excuse me. Now it's blue. What does that mean?
The mastermind killed Rantaro? But why?
I believe the reason had something to do with a time limit motive.
Time is not in effect. Yep.
Coyote was keeping us all together, and we refused to kill each other. To break up the stalemate, the mastermind introduced that motive. However, this was a gamble. We didn't want to cause total chaos after all.
Because that would just end everything. They wanted an exciting killing game.
That motive put pressure on the mastermind, as well as us.
Yes, Coyote had a plan to kill the mastermind, but Rantaro was caught in the trap. However, her plan ultimately failed. The shot put ball that she rolled didn't hit Rantaro.
Because it missed, you would have been annihilated due to the time limit. But the mastermind wanted to avoid that situation, so they took action.
Thanks to the Nanokumas, the mastermind would have known Coyote's intended murder weapon. So when her plan failed, they would already have another shot put ball.
Then, the mastermind manipulated the scene to make it look like Coyote succeeded. All they had to do was hide Coyote's shot in the hidden room that only they could enter.
And no one would know the difference.
So, Coyote was executed on false charges?
Yes, she was. She didn't actually kill anyone. But she was executed nonetheless. Because the mastermind framed her for Rantaro's murder. And Monokuma played along. He let us believe the mastermind's
Is he ready to blow up another cub?
We were all fooled, including Coyote. We thought she was the culprit until the very end. And you want to tell us this game is fair? That there are rules? That's all bullshit.
I agree.
This game makes no sense at all.
If Monokuma twisted the truth for this case, then he could have twisted it for the other cases as well, making this killing game unfair.
Then it's not even a killing game anymore. It's just killing.
Was this ever a game to you guys?
I won't forgive them. I'll never forgive them for breaking the rules and killing Kaede.
Kaede dead.
I'll never forgive them. And I will avenge Kaede. I swear on her kindness and love and her grave that I will avenge her.
So you did love her.
How dare the mastermind create the detonator that blew up the adorable Monodum?
Okay.
You're the one that blew him up. Don't pass the buck.
Anyway, we know the mastermind is also Rantaro's killer. Let's figure out who that is.
That is, if Monokuma still wants to continue this class trial.
Is he getting desperate?
Yes, we're gonna keep going. Like I said, this killing game will never end.
No, Monokuma. I will end this. I will reveal the identity of the mastermind and end the killing game.
May I interject? You keep accusing this so-called mastermind, but... Are you sure there's even a mastermind at all?
Are you sure you bastards aren't imagining it? If the mastermind is real, show him to us.
You guys are the ones hiding them.
It's possible the mastermind is still in this academy. The survivor perk said so.
If they were involved in Rantaro's murder, there's no doubt. Then they must have snuck in during the Gopher Project and stayed hidden in the academy.
Uh-huh.
You just on. What was that all about?
Samugi, what the hell were you talking about?
I just realized something. Say it, or I'll cast all the guys you date will be single father's curse.
What the hell?
It's Kaede's younger twin sister.
Oh yeah, that. Her what?
Younger twin sister?
It was on this Gopher Project participant list. She has a twin sister. It seemed sort of weird to me. Juko and Oshima had a twin too, right?
Are you saying those same circumstances apply here as well?
This killing game was influenced a lot by the past one, right? So maybe the mastermind's real identity was too.
The mastermind who snuck into the academy made us play this sick game. It's Kaede's twin sister?
Maybe. I guess that's a possibility.
Either way, there's no doubt that the mastermind is hiding somewhere in this school.
How unfortunate that you couldn't find them during your final investigation. You're not allowed to leave while the trial's in session, so you can't search for them now.
Excuse me.
You can't leave during a trial unless you gotta pee.
And that's only for the player.
Oh, I gotta pee.
No.
We're not going for that one.
Casey and Twister, is the mastermind still hiding somewhere? Is she really the mastermind? Is it really that simple? So close. Oh, your face so close. You know, speak to motivate.
Can you guys figure out the identity of the mastermind?
I feel like it would still be Survivor Brick. There was only 16 of us. And only 16 on the list.
There was a 17th person too.
Like the previous killing, and it's probably still hiding.
17th person is the mastermind.
Possible.
It could be
Wait, why'd I go
Kaede's
there?
younger twin sister. Just like the previous killing.
Oh wait, the list it's apparently said
The
that.
mastermind might have a twin for this game too.
If it really is the same as the previous killing game, then Kaede would still be alive,
Wait, alive?
and she could potentially be the mastermind.
Don't think Kaede is the mastermind.
Years. You're still no closer to the answer.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
Even while the trial's in session.
So, once this is the Gopher Pod, Kaede had a twin sister. It was correct, but we have to determine something first.
Can you guys figure out the identity of the
Who's
mastermind?
the mastermind?
Besides the 16 of us.
Come on. In addition, the classroom creates flashback like versus the original state when the door's open. So the person operating is being cautious. My mind goes to him in the library quite often.
Said this too. That 17th person is the mastermind.
Possible.
It could be Kaede's younger twin sister.
I don't know where it is.
Just like the previous killing game, the mastermind might have a twin for this game too.
If it really is the same as the previous killing game, then Kaede would still be alive. And she could potentially be the mastermind.
Who cares? You're still no closer to the answer.
No leaving while the truth.
Okay, so I think I got it. It's the only weak spot. Or the only...
16 of us at this school. There was a 17th person too. That 17th, the mastermind.
No, the mastermind can't be a 17th person. That contradicts what Mother Kuma said.
The one y'all looking at for comes to the room quite often.
It implies that the mastermind wasn't in the hidden room the whole time. They must have been coming and going between the room and the academy, right? Would someone who has to stay completely hidden really risk that?
No, they
Right.
wouldn't.
If they were trying to hide, they would have just stayed put.
I see. That's some impressive logic.
Don't agree with him.
And during the investigation, I found a classroom that makes flashback lights.
Yep, it was weird.
Classroom that makes flashback lights?
And they fall down in a locker like a vending machine.
I'll explain the details later. But there was something interesting.
Yep. Right at the moment, the classroom door suddenly burst open. And the desk hit itself. Yep, everything hit
When
itself.
the door is opened, the classroom reverts to its original state. Clearly the room is hiding something.
Isn't it obvious? A mastermind didn't want anyone to see them making flashback lights.
But why create such a classroom at all? If the mastermind were a 17th person, they could have their own completely separate room to make flashback lights.
True.
Indeed, that would be much safer.
Knowing this, we can make a few assumptions about the mastermind's identity. However, the implications aren't good.
What an ominous way to say it.
An omnibus way to say it?
But there's nothing to worry about. We got this far because we're friends. In this together no matter what.
My neighbor just
nothing
came
to
in to
fear.
frighten me.
Yeah, she's right.
Mastermind's identity. Considering the facts we have, my detective work points to the need of the mastermind is a participant in this killing game.
That's it!
Kaede Akamatsu herself, her twin sister, a 17th
The
student.
mastermind is most likely one of the participants of this killing game.
Just like Junko and Oshima was. Well, not technically.
One of the 16 people who were forced to play this game. One of us.
What did you say?
The classroom that makes flashback lights and the hidden room being visited often. It all suggests that the mastermind is someone we'd see every day at the academy.
Someone we'd see every day. Like one of the 16 students?
That's crazy! There's no way one of us is the mastermind! Because we're all friends! We swore to fight together!
Then it just means that all your friendship talk was a lie, right?
For someone.
Shut up! That's not possible!
You're upset and irrational. At times like this, a voice of reason is necessary. Absolutely necessary!
You're gonna die!
Good. We're up.
Perfect! We're gonna put on a reasonable yet outstanding show and earn our right to live!
Our right to live? Is someone about to die? Is that what's going
Tara's
on?
so damn forgetful, and he's always drooling.
Whatever, I don't believe you! There's no way the mastermind's here!
Wait. Even if it's one of the 16 students, it doesn't mean it's one of us, does it?
Why wouldn't it be one of us? Why would it be someone who's already dead?
It's possible that the mastermind merely faked their death. and has been alive this whole time.
What, like Junko Enoshima? Again?
Now that we know Monokuma will break rules as he sees fit, that possibility should be...
What's that supposed to mean? Hurry up and answer! Hurry up. I'm gonna blow up the rest of the Mono Cubs!
And how is that a problem for us? The identity of the mastermind, I won't know for sure. Once you determine who killed Rantaro, you need to confirm something to find out who that is. What I need to determine to uncover the mastermind is... what happened after we first woke up? I'm trying to remember exactly what happened after we all woke up. Usually pretty good, I remember that was a while ago. No. So it has to be the alibi to Rantaro's murder.
That's it.
Oh, it actually filled half a heart instead of a quarter of a heart this time.
Over everyone's alibi for Rantaro's murder again.
This actually helps a lot.
Our alibi
So it's half a heart
from way back then.
instead of only a quarter.
Didn't we discuss that during the first trial? What good would it do to discuss it again?
Now that we know Rantaro was killed by the mastermind, it might lead somewhere. We might find a hole in someone's alibi that we didn't see at the time.
So we just have to give our alibis again.
Fine. Then let's do it. So we can be sure that the mastermind's not one of us.
I wonder where this discussion will lead. Will it lead to a mastermind in this very room? Or not?
Not.
Either way, we're gonna make sure this trial stays exciting!
Going in the Mother Kuma hidden door in the library, shop football, hidden room, and
I
clues
was
to
in the game room in the basement.
I don't know about that. No, she was.
Kaito and Gonta and Maki.
Yes, and Gonta hid.
Also, Tenko and Angie were there too.
And
Even
Gonta
if I
was
was in
hid.
the same basement, it's impossible for me to have killed Rantaro.
Please, please, please.
Wait! I didn't kill Rantaro either!
I was in my room by myself.
She's doing
So
something.
were Ryoma and Kokichi too.
Well, earlier, remember?
I know that is a poor alibi.
Mondam and Monokid.
I did not kill Rantaro.
Mondam and Monokid. You can't forget that.
I
You
was
can't...
in the dining hall.
Yes, you were.
Kyo, Mew, and Kirumi were with me.
Yeah, the family. I always get the
Leave briefly
Monica.
to use the bathroom.
Monica sound familiar?
Someone did kill Rantaro.
No, now I remember.
And
Too late.
Shinichi was with Kaede, so... he couldn't have killed Rantaro either!
If I don't want to die! There's clearly something wrong here. Someone here killed Rantaro. It could only be them.
I was in the game room in the basement.
The girls' bathroom, so... Samuki, are you hiding something?
Also, Tenko and Angie were there too.
I don't retort. Ow.
Even if I was in the same basement, it's impossible for me to have killed Rantaro.
Explosions, please, 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 please!
I didn't kill Rantaro either.
How are we gonna
I
explode?
was in my room by myself. And so were Ryoma and Kokichi too.
They exploded earlier, remember? Okay, it's just the same other stuff, because I love reading this.
Though I did leave briefly to use the bathroom.
Yep, the girls' bathroom.
Killed my-
Girls' bathroom! Samugi!
Wait a minute, Tsumugi.
Huh?
You said you went to the bathroom.
Sure, I went to the bathroom closest to the dining hall.
The girls' bathroom near the dining hall, right?
What did you say? That bathroom? Huh? What? What about it?
Shuichi, didn't you investigate the girls' bathroom? Did you find anything?
The utility closet in that bathroom has a hidden passageway. One that's connected to the hidden room in the back of the library.
Samugi.
Which means it's possible to get into the hidden room from that bathroom.
What?
Around the time Rantaro was killed, Tsumugi went to that exact bathroom. I'm positive that when Rantaro was killed, the culprit was in the hidden room. It's too convenient to be coincidence.
Very.
Hold on. This is all so sudden. I don't think I understand. But maybe they got there from the hidden door in the library instead.
No, I don't think so. Remember that I had placed dust in the card reader in the library. I was trying to determine if the hidden door was opened with a card reader. But the dust didn't fall. That means nobody used that card reader.
So, to enter the hidden room, they would need to use a different route. The girls' bathroom.
Yes.
Yes, I believe that's the case. The culprit entered the hidden room from the girls' bathroom on the first floor. And with the help of Mother Kuma, watched the situation in the library unfold. As soon as they saw the Coyote's plan fail, they waited for the camera angle and leaped out of the hidden room, shot put ball in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, when the picture saying the door was open.
From the inside, so there was no need to use the card reader. In any case, the culprit attacked Rantaro with a shot put ball, left it in the library, picked up the shot that Coyote had used, and returned to the hidden room.
And they also took the survivor perk monopad that Rantaro had, right?
Yes, then they left the monopad and the shot in the hidden room, headed into the passageway, and returned to the girls' bathroom.
Are you saying the one who did it was Tsurugi?
Yes.
No, it has to be some kind of mistake. Up till now, everything pointed to the mastermind not being one of us.
You're just plain annoying.
He's just a cosplayer, you know. Yeah, all this would be impossible for just some cosplayer.
But you said that you went to that bathroom during Rantaro's murder. How can you possibly refute that fact?
Refute? It's all just a coincidence. Oh, Kibo and Ryoma didn't have alibis. What if they went to the girls' bathroom?
Why would they?
Did you see one of them in the girls' bathroom?
And why would Kibo need to use the bathroom?
If one of them had gone into that bathroom, you would have seen each other, right? But you never mentioned that.
Never.
That's...
Tsurugi is the
What's the
mastermind.
meaning of this?
Can this really be true?
Tsurugi, is this true? No, it's not. I really only went to use the bathroom. I didn't know about the hidden passage.
Lively, Monocubs! You're up!
Yep.
Move your ass!
Monokuma's getting desperate.
That's very wrong!
Mother's never yelled at me like that before.
We don't do well here. We're all gonna get blown up together.
Together.
I still want to live longer. I want to see the next chapter. So please, let us win.
No, fuck you.
What?
Please, please let us win.
Bug back, shot upon Mother Kuma voice princess, Dex Mono includes
We
the
don't want
mastermind.
to die.
We're like snowflakes. We're one of a kind.
I don't know what Four Eyes is talking about. Bad guys never wear glasses.
Anyway, just cut it out.
Yes, I am cutting it out.
We don't want to die.
Monokuma and the Mastermind are the bad guys here. You don't want to die? Do you know how many of my friends were sacrificed?
Please help us.
No, fuck you.
Is Four Eyes over there really the mastermind? We don't know anything.
I don't wanna explode.
Even if she is the culprit,
Hey, let's just stop this.
there's no evidence that she's the mastermind.
Are you sure about that? This points to Tsurugi being the mastermind. I didn't know at the time, but now I know for sure.
Help us.
Is Four Eyes over there really the mastermind? We don't know.
Plus, it's gonna be used at some point.
I don't wanna.
Even if she is the culprit,
Hey, let's just stop this.
there's no evidence that she's the mastermind.
I'll cut through your words.
Timing it slowly to get that V. That V slice.
Before being destroyed, Mother Kuma told us something.
I have a bone voicement authentication. I can't birth Monokuma. The designated person says the word birth.
That individual is, of course, the mastermind.
And how's that point to
When the
Tsumugi?
mastermind commands Mother Kuma to give birth, it makes a spare.
We all tried it out. But Kiba wasn't there, was he?
Right, because I was fighting the Exisals.
Well, it wouldn't point to Kibo either.
What? Kiba didn't try giving Mother Kuma a command. So the real mastermind is...
Tsumugi was the only one who didn't say give birth.
Okay.
Huh?
Everyone else said give birth.
Okay, Delirious. Whatever, just give birth to Monokuma. This thing, we said give birth to a new Monokuma. Hurry up and give birth to a new Monokuma.
Tsumugi specifically used a different phrase.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a new Monokuma.
You didn't say give birth. You said make. You knew how to get Mother Kuma to create a spare, didn't you? That's why you specifically said make. If you had said give birth, Mother Kuma would have made a spare. Am I right, Tsumugi?
Yes, yes you are.
Hey, come on. What's wrong? Don't be like that, Shuichi. Do you really think I'm the mastermind?
Yes.
There's just no way. Hey, everyone, say something. I'm not the mastermind. That's crazy, right?
All the evidence points
Then
to you.
refute it. We're waiting.
Huh?
I don't want to believe it either. That one of our friends, the survivors, could do this. That's why I'm begging, Tsumugi. I'm begging you to refute me. I might be wrong. I was wrong before. About Kaede. That's why I need everyone's help. I don't care if my detective work is wrong. I want to hear your argument.
He doesn't. He
Reaching
really
the
doesn't want to
truth
believe
together
this.
is what cooperation means to me.
Tsumugi, please.
Tsumugi, please.
What's the matter? You can't argue back after hearing that.
Whoa, hold on. I don't know what's going on right now, but just hold on a sec.
Oh, Monosuke's infamous impatience rears its ugly head.
And his ugly head.
Ugly head it is.
Yep.
I don't think friends should blame each other like this, you know?
Friends.
Come on, smile, everyone. I know, we could watch a comedy special so we could all smile.
Yep, you're dead.
Jeez, you're noisy.
Monosuke!
This time the deaths of Monosuke and Monodam have been swapped. But Monosuke still died first.
Why? You loved Monosuke so much.
Oh, yeah, right. But we're at the good part now.
It all mattered later.
Quiet and watch like good little cubs.
Father?
See? It's getting exciting. Shuichi is trying to reveal the mastermind. Trying to overcome despair. It's so heart-pounding.
Do you even have a heart? Not the mastermind cornered. Why is Monokuma so calm? Now I mean, does he have a heart as in, is he nice or cruel? I mean, he's literally a robot. Why would he have a heart? He should be feeling cornered as well. Get it. We're on the offensive here. If we make the mastermind to Denny clear, it'll all be settled. All this will be settled. It is Tsumugi Shirogane,
It has to be you,
ultimate cosplayer.
mastermind of this killing game, and the culprit who killed Rantaro. It's you, Tsumugi. There are no other possibilities. You don't have anything to say?
Anything to say? Even if you keep saying all that stuff, I still don't get it. Hey, let's stop this already. You're mistaken. Because we're all friends, right?
Not with you.
Are we going to work together to end this killing game?
This is a class trial. Although we were forced into these class trials by the mastermind, that's how we survived. It was the only way. It was the only way we could survive. So please, Tsumugi, refute the evidence. Say something. Your life depends on it. Please.
Tsumugi, I don't want to suspect you. I want to believe in you. I want the mastermind to be somewhere else, like in the previous killing games. If you're really not the mastermind, then don't give up. I'll cheer you on. Even if you say that.
Tsumugi is taking her sweet time, but waiting around is so boring. Hey, Shuichi, why don't we look over the case again?
Oh, yeah, that's what I figured. A closing argument early, just like it was in the first game.
What?
Come on, that's like your thing. Present the truth and end this. Because there are people who don't know what the heck is going on until we get to this part. Now, let's start.
Yep, closing argument. Where was the mastermind just before Rantaro was killed? And there's not a lot to look at either. Mastermind peeks out. Mastermind throwing the trash can. And then password to connect to. I have no idea where this first one would go. Notice an hidden camera flash. The shot fall. Jumped out from the hidden room. The mastermind take from Rantaro's body. Okay, so it's one of these. Or not. There we go. People in the dining hall. Where was Mastermind before Rantaro was killed? She was in the dining hall with everyone. Survivor perk. She took the survivor perk. Shuichi runs. The president. Shot call. To run off who ran out of the classroom first, Shuichi. Rantaro lured to the camera. Right above Rantaro's head. Hey, he didn't land on him. He didn't pass him in the bathroom.
This is the truth of the case.
Let's do this.
With this new evidence, let's look back at Rantaro's murder. The night of the incident, Kaede and I were in the first floor classroom. We were waiting for the mastermind to trigger the trap we set in the library. Around that time, there were 4 people in the dining hall, including the mastermind. The mastermind
He was just doing something.
irritated that no murders had yet occurred. After the motive was given, they knew that Kaede was planning something. But the mastermind wanted some insurance. They would take action if necessary. The mastermind excused himself from the dining hall and went to the bathroom. And from there, to the hidden room in the library that only the mastermind could enter. And there they waited. With less than an hour before the time limit expired, Rantaro moved the library's bookcase, which set off the receiver I was holding. It all happened the way we determined in the first trial, except at the end.
The shot put didn't quite hit Rantaro.
And Kaede rolled the shot put ball into the air vent.
Excuse me.
At the same time, Rantaro was lured by the flash of the hidden camera Kaede set. He unwittingly stepped right into the path of the shot.
Murder.
The shot
Let's
went
kill
down
each
the
other.
path Kaede made. And then fell right onto Rantaro's head, killing him instantly. Or so we thought.
Didn't quite hit him.
Turns out, that was just what the mastermind wanted us to believe. In reality, Kaede's murder plan happened quite differently. The shot put ball that Kaede rolled didn't actually hit Rantaro. He must have been surprised seeing the shot put ball drop out of nowhere like that. But his fate was sealed.
Thanks to Samugi.
The mastermind saw that Kaede's plan failed and stepped in to finish the job. The mastermind jumped out of the hidden room and attacked Rantaro from behind. And in their hand, the real murder weapon, their own shot put ball.
And that's where the prints and the monopad came
Rantaro
from.
wasn't killed by Kaede's shot, but by the mastermind's.
Cracked his skull.
The mastermind picked up Kaede's shot and left their shot put ball at the scene. They also looted the survivor perk monopad from Rantaro's body. Those things in hand. they
This just looks
retreated
freaky
back
with the
into hidden
glasses.
room. I remember seeing the bookcase closing just as Kaede and I got there. The mastermind had probably just finished their crime. And so, the real truth was perfectly hidden from us. We went to the class trial and reached the truth that Kaede was the culprit. But that truth had been twisted by the mastermind. After the murder, the mastermind left the stolen monopad on the table in the hidden room. And threw Kaede's shot put ball into the trash can. A little careless of them to not get rid of all the evidence. They probably believed no one would ever get into that room, but we did. Their crime complete, the mastermind went back through the hidden passageway. The passageway led from the hidden room all the way to the girls' bathroom on the first floor. While the mastermind was
shrubbery.
pretending to use the girls' bathroom, they were actually using the hidden passageway. That's how they moved around without being noticed. Anyone could have used the hidden passageway, not just the people in the dining hall. But looking at the survivors, only you could possibly be the mastermind. If I'm wrong, please, refute me. Please tell us you aren't the mastermind. Tsumugi Shirogane, the ultimate cosplayer.
So in the end, Angie was right in the first trial. The mastermind was hidden
That's the
behind the
truth
locked
of
door,
this
the hidden room.
the killing game itself.
Well, what?
Yes! What a scorching hot twist! My hand holding the detonator is tensing up!
Destroy, destroy, destroy!
Calm down!
Daddy, please stop this! Go back to how you used to be, when you loved us so much!
How I used to be was more suited alluded to a different story than this one.
He's just desperate.
Huh?
Basically, your story doesn't matter. Watch this exciting development!
The last two Monokubs are the last
Are
two
there
again.
any flaws in Shuichi's logic? If so, then please tell us.
Flaws? There's a bunch of flaws all over it.
Then explain.
You can do it! You can do it, Tsumugi! Even if you cheer me on. It's not like that. I didn't do it. It's plain to see.
Fight back, Tsumugi! Come on! You can do it! You can do it!
Real rebel.
Daddy, you're tensing up again.
I still want to live, so please don't push the button!
Tsumugi, please just say something. If you don't defend yourself...
It's Junko Enoshima!
Eh?
What?
'Cause it's always been her. In the Hope's Peak killing game, and in the Jabberwock Island killing game.
So it's like, how could it be someone different?
Junko Enoshima didn't participate. She controlled the game from outside.
And controlled it from the grave.
Even if it's boring or repetitive, she's always the mastermind, isn't she? Then it's like that this time, too. It's gotta be Junko again.
Junko Enoshima is dead. She's not part of this killing game.
You're wrong. She hasn't been eliminated. It's all Junko's doing. This killing game is her doing, too. Yeah, that's gotta be it. 'Cause Junko Enoshima is...
Junko Enoshima is...
'Cause Junko Enoshima is...
Junko Enoshima is...
He's desperate! Just say
I'm so
something!
excited! You pressed the button by accident!
It's never an accident.
Look at our cute faces! Can you really bear to be without us?
Yes.
Junko Enoshima is...
Junko Enoshima!
He got pissed!
Okay, time for a commercial break.
No, it isn't!
See? We're a good comedy group, too!
Oh, dead.
So please don't...
Yep, Monokubs are gone.
'Cause Junko Enoshima is... Junko Enoshima is...
Right the fuck here!
Yep. Right there. Now Samuki's gone.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Even if nobody was waiting. Even if it makes you go, what? Again?
It's always Junko Enoshima.
Takes the stage once more. Junko Enoshima, the 53rd.
53rd. New Ultimate Despair. Samugi's true form!
Junko Enoshima, the 53rd?
Tsumugi, what's the matter? Aren't you Tsumugi Shirogane? Our friend who survived with us?
Sorry about that. You can go ahead and forget about Tsumugi Shirogane.
Oh, same poses as well.
I'm just a character. You know, alive.
Yep, it's Samugi.
Sorry to all the fans out there. If any of you even exist, that is.
Fuck you.
Alive?
Tsumugi Shirogane was nothing more than a cover for me, the mastermind.
So she can literally change her outfit at will without having to do much.
Oh, you're your friend? Ugh, it's laughable, really. Really? I'm gonna laugh.
Bitch.
Are you serious? You're the mastermind behind this?
But why? That face and that voice. It's just like...
Junko Enoshima.
I know, right? Oh, does it make you fall into despair? Well, does it?
That's not possible. Junko Enoshima is dead.
She was also dead in the second
Why do
killing
you
game.
call yourself the 53rd? As history repeats itself, so does Junko Enoshima.
That doesn't exactly answer the question.
As you can see, I am a perfect reproduction of Junko Enoshima. So, you're just a freak pretending to be Junko Enoshima, huh?
No, a perfect reproduction.
Just look.
Reproductions are exactly the same as the original.
Her logic is impossible to follow, much like the real Junko Enoshima.
You're the actual mastermind of this killing game, right? So if we kill you, then that'll be the end, correct?
Maki's ready.
Maybe things like that. Besides, killing me never ends the game.
She always comes back.
Never ends the game? What do you mean?
She's bluffing. Let's just kill her and get it over with.
Wait, if force is necessary, it should wait until after we see what she... No need, Kibo, because this class trial is over.
It's already over? I just showed up.
And I got some nice clothes too.
And Monokuma covered it up with a false narrative. The class trials are rigged, and this whole game is illegitimate.
Oh, that, right. Yeah, I definitely messed that up. Sorry about that.
So, is that all you have to say?
The viewers won't accept that kind of apology. You gotta stop the killing game.
Huh? The viewers?
It seems like you're on the wrong track, so let me explain.
Changing constantly.
So first, I'll start with the event that inspired me to plan this killing game. That was about the time the meteorite impact started intensifying.
Did she just start some big story on her own?
Yes.
I knew of Hope's Peak Academy's Gopher project, and my inner Junko told me.
Crushing the Gopher project, humanity's last hope, would be the perfect despair.
That's when I took over the killing game I devised. I forced those selected as humanity's last hope to play my killing game.
And then I took the name Tsumugi Shirogane and sneaked in among them.
Did Kokichi know about this? Wasn't he a remnant of despair? He was your comrade, right? Comrade? Junko Enoshima doesn't have comrades.
Not even Monica?
It's like, you don't need a remote after you've thrown out the TV, right?
The remnants of despair are just a bunch of despair fanboys and fangirls. But I am despair itself.
What was that now that she is? Don't need a remote after you've thrown out the TV. What?
I am a god of despair. Kokichi was just one of my believers.
A god wouldn't be comrades with one of their believers, right?
Then Kokichi didn't know your true identity either.
What a hopeless existence he led. To the end, he had no idea the object of his worship was right under his nose.
I don't care about your story. Tell us about the people watching. Who's this killing game being shown to? Where are the survivors of humanity? There's nobody watching.
Huh?
We were the last 16 people alive, you know. Who could be watching? Humanity is gone.
No, you're lying. If this isn't being shown to anyone, why care so much about rules? You're the one who keeps talking about making the game interesting. For whom?
That was just a part of my perfect reproduction.
You're what?
Woogie really is a
I just
bitch.
perfectly reproduced my own killing game is all. Just like the old Junko. The original was meant to be shown, so that's how I made mine.
You just wanted to recreate the past killing game. That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Why is Kiba so quiet?
There are no survivors of humanity. Things are just as you recall.
That is the truth of the Ultimate Academy killing game!
No, that's wrong!
Very.
Oh dear! I am so surprised!
Maybe we all remember that there's no one left out there. But how do we know our memories are real?
What do you mean by that? You think your memories are wrong?
There's something that's been bothering me about our memories. Here, look at this book.
Complete history of Hope's Peak Academy?
This book contains years of research about Hope's Peak Academy.
Yes.
Nothing would indicate this book is a prop. I believe the information here is accurate. But there's a lot written in here that differs from our memories.
What is different?
To know that for certain, I'll need everyone's help. I want you all to tell me everything that you remember about Hope's Peak Academy.
We just need to talk about what we remember from Hope's Peak? Okay.
So it started with the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
One created by Junko and
That event
Oshima.
originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring wars and terrorism around the world. It would not be hyperbole to say that event brought despair to all mankind.
Excuse me again.
All caused by a single high school girl.
Yeah, it was me. Junko Enoshima enrolled in Hope's Peak Academy as the ultimate fashionista. But my real identity was the ultimate despair. In order to cover the world in despair, I put my plans...
Wait a minute. Something doesn't add up here.
Huh? I detect no discrepancy in my memory banks.
Yes. Everything we just said is just like we remember it. But it doesn't match what's written in the history of Hope's Peak Academy.
I'll determine exactly why later. For now, I need to identify a discrepancy.
So you gotta play Spot the Difference! Point out what everyone is mistaken about in their memories of Hope's Peak Academy. Alright! Time to play some Danganronpa trivia!
Alright. History of Hope's Peak.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
What the mistake
That
is?
event originated at Hope's Peak Academy,
Is it really Hope's Peak Academy?
inspiring war and terrorism around the world.
This is a catastrophe.
All that despair was just a single high school girl.
That might be wrong.
A student of Hope's Peak Academy.
The ultimate despair! Junko
We
Enoshima!
will never die, reborn again and again.
Everything in my power.
To spread despair over the entire world!
Despair. The thing about the statement doesn't... That statement doesn't match the history. Is the ultimate despair really just one person?
The biggest, most awful,
Oh, yeah!
most tragic event in human history.
It was Junko and Mukuro. So it wasn't just one person. Okay, so Himiko... Because it was Mukuro as well.
Was just a single... A student of Hope's Peak Academy.
I missed.
Inspiring war and terrorism around the world.
Because it was Mukuro as well.
Was just a single girl.
That's wrong!
Junko and Mukuro.
One high school girl started the tragedy, the ultimate despair. Junko Enoshima. At least that's what I remember. But that's not what this book says. Ultimate despair doesn't just refer to Junko Enoshima. It refers to a group and the movement that came after. To put it simply, there's more to ultimate despair than Junko Enoshima.
This is the first time I've heard about this. Wasn't Junko the ultimate despair?
That's what I recall as well. That label should only apply to her.
Nope.
Coincidences sure are scary. Everyone misremembered the same thing.
Coincidence? Misremembered?
Disremembered. No, it's not. It's no coincidence. I know there's a difference in these memories.
And that's not all. There are other discrepancies I'd like to point out.
Ugh, does it even matter? I'm bored already.
Just shut up.
So, let's continue where we left off. Junko resorted to different tactics to cover the world with despair. The killing game between the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy, for example.
They were locked up and forced into the killing game by the ultimate despair.
Yes.
When I, the one who started it all, died, events were set in motion.
And the world began to move towards restoration.
Restoration.
Then the fight between the Future Foundation and the remnants of despair raged on. The worst-case scenario was avoided. Yay! A happy ending.
Not yet. There are more points that conflict with that history. I'll point those out next. Another.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Sounds bad.
Because Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading
She
despair.
did no such thing. Oh, maybe she did.
Like the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak
78th class,
Academy.
right?
They were held prisoner by the ultimate despair.
Were they really
And
prisoners?
forced into the killing game.
Oh, I have some bad news about that. The events that my death set in motion are only now reaching their climax.
I wanted more despair.
So
More!
the remnants of despair and the Future Foundation are still fighting. But for
Been going on that
now,
long?
we've avoided the worst of it.
So right to me. It's different from our memories after all. What's the contradiction?
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
I have no idea what it is.
78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
They were held prisoner by the ultimate despair.
I guess I could try a few things.
Are only now reaching.
So the remnants of despair.
Suspended Future Foundation, they both existed, right? See it written there in the complete history. I don't remember what's written here.
Awful, most
So let's look at it. We claimed it popped. The book tells the history of battle. It's accurate right now, however, ultimate despair refers to both the group and the events caused. The ultimate despair plotted the killing game. 78. I think the 78th class sealed themselves. Oh, they weren't held prisoner because they did that themselves. I remember now. They weren't prisoner. They barred the windows themselves.
It wasn't the ultimate despair that trapped the 78th class in Hope's Peak Academy. It was the class themselves. They shut themselves in.
shut themselves in?
Why would they shut themselves in?
It has to do with the Hope's Peak Academy shelter project. During the tragedy, the 78th class trapped themselves inside Hope's Peak Academy for protection.
So our memory of the 78th class being trapped by the ultimate despair?
Was wrong.
Are you saying our memories are wrong?
It just means those documents were written all half-assed. There's no need to worry about it. Your memories are all correct.
What you've been saying isn't consistent. First you said it was just coincidence.
Oh, is that so?
Let's just move on. I want to talk about one more thing from our memories. It's about the rebuilt Hope's Peak Academy that we were attending.
What about Hope's Peak Academy?
There's no doubt that the 16 of us were students at Hope's Peak Academy. We heard it had been rebuilt and was accepting applications for talented students again. And so, we gathered at the brand new Hope's Peak Academy.
Since Hope's Peak Academy was large, we were all in separate classes. But there's no doubt we were students of the new school.
Just like I thought, there's something wrong there. But why? Why are our memories so different? Yep.
Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt.
And still lives on.
And with that,
Danganronpa trivia.
recruitment of talented students.
Students.
We found out. We came to the new Hope's Peak Academy.
And you all had such
The new
talent.
Hope's Peak Academy was a huge school,
Was it really that big?
which is why we were all in different classes.
But we're all the same.
That's right. We were all students of Hope's Peak Academy.
Were you really students? Why are our memories different? What's going on here? Academy did not admit students to application.
Hope's
Because
Peak
they never
Academy
did.
was rebuilt. Recruitment of talented students resumed.
We found out. We came to the new Hope's Peak Academy.
The new Hope's Peak Academy was a huge school,
Didn't say anything about the size of the school.
which is why we were all in different classes.
But we're all the same.
Academy.
Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt. And with that, recruitment of talented students resumed.
Found out.
Maybe? Guess I could try that.
Recruitment of talented...
That's wrong!
They didn't recruit, they scouted.
We remember Hope's Peak Academy taking applications from talented students. But that's not what's written here.
They
the
don't...
Academy did not take applications. All of their students were scouted.
Scouting? I've never heard that.
I wasn't scouted. I applied to Hope's Peak Academy on my own.
Me too. I chose to come to Hope's Peak. At least, that's what I remember.
Are you saying we're remembering it wrong?
But what if this book's just wrong? Researchers make mistakes too.
Maybe so, but I'm not getting all this from just the book. There is other evidence as well.
Are they what now?
The killing game we're in now is one that began with Hope's Peak Academy. So this is the third game after Hope's Peak and Jabberwock Island. But remember what Rantaro said?
This isn't your first killing game. Survivor, you survived the last killing game.
But Rantaro's name wasn't listed among the past participants of the game. He was not present at the 2 killing games that Junko orchestrated.
Then, which killing game did Rantaro participate in?
I'm not entirely sure, but it's clearly inconsistent, isn't it? And the inconsistencies don't stop there. Kokichi's account is also suspect.
Kokichi's account is inconsistent too?
Oh, an inconsistency? Do tell.
Just in case. Kokichi's account. Oh wait, why would I find it in here? Damn it.
We remember Kokichi as a remnant of despair. But I don't think that's true. He wasn't a remnant of despair.
He wasn't a remnant of despair?
That's impossible! He was definitely a remnant of despair. The remnants of despair were the ones who tried to stop the Gopher Project. And Kokichi was their leader. If he was the one leading the remnants of despair...
Oh wait, is this gonna have to do with his motive video? Where literally the only thing his small group did was petty pranks?
Second only to the ultimate despair herself.
Yes, he loved me more than anyone. Like an obsessed fan hiding in the bushes.
With a camera.
So where's your proof he wasn't a remnant of despair?
His motive video. Proof that Kokichi's in the remnant of despair. It's gotta be his motive video.
This is it!
All he did was petty stuff. He was just...
The motive video we found in Kokichi's door.
He wasn't a remnant of despair, he was just a general bitch. Supreme leader, caused mayhem all over the world. Synchronization dice. And by mayhem, I mean petty, non-violent crimes and harmless pranks. You know, Kokichi had 10 loyal goons work for him. Those goons were like friends and family, the most important people in his life. He was just a general overall bitch.
Around petty crimes, one that forbids murder. And in addition
Ding dong
to that,
ditching.
the group was only 10 people.
Not 10,000.
That's far too few to be the same group that tried to sabotage the Gopher Project. Meaning that whatever group Kokichi was a part of is not the remnants of despair. His motive video clearly contradicts our memories. The memory we have of Kokichi being a remnant has to be false.
Poor Kokichi.
He wasn't a remnant of despair? That's not possible.
Come to think of it, we never actually heard it directly from him.
But it's still not possible.
Kokichi didn't tell us because he wasn't exposed to that flashback light. And neither was Kaito.
Junko? He didn't know about Junko. Hope? Despair? Didn't know anything.
Kaito didn't appear to know anything about the remnants of despair, or Junko Inoshima.
And since he got his little... Since he... Damn it, I'm trying to think of the words. Since everything he said was scripted by Kokichi, that means Kokichi didn't know either.
They've been exposed to it. Maybe we'd know the truth.
If Kokichi had at least been exposed to it, and then continued his plan, then Kaito would actually somewhat know about it.
Maybe it's better that they weren't. I think the people who were affected by that flashback light were wrong.
What do you mean?
The flashback light that triggered multiple times?
All of these weird inconsistencies are from memories we got from the flashback lights.
So flashback lights are the cause?
You found the classroom that makes all the flashback lights, right, Shuichi?
Yes, and I noticed something strange about it. I actually did a little experimenting with a device hidden in the room. It allowed you to select the memory that a flashback light would recover. However, some of the memories were inconsistent with each other. One might say there are survivors, but another would say there are no survivors. Bizarre, right?
Memories contradicting each other.
The flashback lights allegedly help us recover our memories. We're supposed to remember the truth that we forgot, and there should only be one truth. But then, having the option to recover contradictory memories doesn't make sense.
Then what are you saying?
He's so over this.
The flashback light isn't for recovering lost memories? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Then what was it for?
What was it for, huh?
Go on, tell them. What are the flashback lights for?
What was the flashback used for? Why can you select different memories? And what does it mean if those memories contradict each other? If I put all the pieces together, it all makes sense. We'll be able to see the real truth. Well, here's where I lose all my lives. I don't know what it is. I feel like I tried every letter already. Damn, it's not scrambled. There's what to memories? I feel like I tried every letter already. That's an N. Implant artificial memories. I'm not gonna lie, I had to look this one up because I couldn't figure it out. Implant artificial memories.
Yes, that's it. The flashback light isn't supposed to help us remember anything. It's a tool for implanting false memories.
Planting memories?
Yes, the memories you could select for the flashback lights weren't our real memories. They were memories to be implanted inside us. That's why the contents of those memories contradict each other. Once we're exposed to a flashback light, those memories become the truth to us.
So the memories we recovered with the flashback lights were...
not real. They were all false memories. They were all lies.
Lies?
What a horrible truth! Memories from the flashback lights are lies! Then everything was a lie! All the suspense and foreshadowing was for nothing! Can you believe it? It's like everything that happened didn't matter at all. Meh!
Well, that is what it means.
Huh?
Lies are just like snowballs. The more you roll them, the bigger they get. The bigger they are, the more fun and shocking it is when they're revealed.
That's why everything up till now has been lies. That's the truth.
Nice.
The memories from the flashback lights are just lies?
It's just as Shuichi said. Flashback lights are not for recovering lost memories. They're tools for implanting new ones.
The ones that give you despair.
Actually, information that has been converted to light waves. That light is being directly into the brain, causing a deja vu sort of phenomenon. The brain gets confused and thinks the info it just received happened in the past.
We were confused? For example, your memories of being students of Hope's Peak Academy?
Hey, you guys don't have anything to do with Hope's Peak Academy.
That's what I figured.
None of us were ever students there. It was just a fake memory. Not students from Hope's Peak? Yep, that was all fake. Looking back, it was a mistake to have you remember Hope's Peak. I didn't originally plan on giving you those memories, but I was in a rush and overlooked all those inconsistencies, so you figured it all out.
It's hopelessly the worst.
So that's why Kokichi had to die?
Good job, Mr. Detective. You got it.
The only reason we thought Kokichi was a remnant was because of the flashback lights. But he did say that he was the leader of a cult organization. That was a lie he invented himself. He wanted to be the mastermind. He wanted us to believe it. That's why he lied.
Excuse me. Getting all burpy today. Anyway, I gotta confess. You know that cult I mentioned earlier? The leader is me. Which means the mastermind who snuck Monokuma onto the Ark is... me! Told it to you so easily.
Mastermind's role, but in doing so, became a thorn in their side. So to get rid of that hindrance, the mastermind played along with the lie. The mastermind manipulated us into thinking Kokichi was a remnant of despair.
At the same time, having everyone remember Hope's Peak Academy made you guys target him because you thought he was a remnant of despair.
You were using the flashback lights to control us?
That would make
The
sense.
reason I tried to kill Kokichi was...
He was being controlled by false memories, like putty in the mastermind's hands. But Maki wasn't the only one being controlled. You all were! Remember when Kokichi revealed the truth of the outside world? You all got so impressed, you couldn't even focus on the killing game!
I mean, they did pass out, but still.
Wait, then, to make us recover from that, you...
Yeah, we gave you memories of being Hope's Peak Academy students, the symbol of hope.
So you all could face despair. You controlled us with that big memory?
Oh, it wasn't just that memory. It was all of them up till now. New mysteries and truths turned to motivation. Motivation drives the story. Everything from the flashback lights was just motivation to move you forward.
And Tsurugi was willing to shoot that into her own brain as well. It's all for
I
stimulation.
guess it was fake motivation.
You idiots kept getting jerked around by meaningless lies.
This class trial was like that too, wasn't it? Why was it you were so motivated to do it? Because you got a memory from one of the flashback lights, right?
Was that also a memory you used to control us?
Hey, what was it you guys remembered from it again? At first, you ran away from the Gopher Project, humanity's last hope. But then, you bravely chose to accept your fate. You took on all the wishes of your friends and family. And now, you remember how you got here. You remembered that you had all been entrusted with the world's hope, right? Remembering the weight of that hope should have made you feel stronger. I have to escape! I'll never give up! I won't be defeated by the mastermind!
Even though Kaito and Kokichi were gone, and Kibo started to go berserk, you guys didn't give up hope. You decided to face this killing game, right?
You were
She's lasting
controlling our
again.
emotions? Even our resolve to defeat the mastermind?
This is a killing game. A death game where emotions run like blood.
If the participants aren't trying their best to live, it's just not very exciting.
Oh, the memories were fake. What was everything till now? That memory, and that memory. And that memory, 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 and that.
She's
They were
panicking.
all fake memories then. Where are we? Why are we in this killing game?
Yeah, who knows? My plans for mankind's last killing game kind of just fell apart. So figure out why on your own. This is a class trial after all.
Who are you? I don't know who you are.
What's not to understand? Became me. What about that don't you get?
If this killing game is connected to Hope's Peak Academy, then I believe you. This is certainly the work of someone carrying on Junko Inoshima's will. But we have nothing to do with Hope's Peak, so you can't be Junko. So who the hell are you?
I'm me, no one else.
Hajime. What?
What is this?
Huh? You know him, don't you? He was in the Jabberwock Island killing game.
I'm Hajime Hinata.
Why does it sound like I have an accent now?
That's not
I mean, it is
what
Samugi, but still.
What are you doing? What am I doing? I'm just cosplaying.
Cosplaying?
Yeah, this is just cosplay.
Mahiru?
It's not just normal
Yatsuhiro.
cosplay. I can
Yatsuhiro.
perfectly replicate the character.
Check it out!
Kazuichi.
My voice sounds exactly the same.
Is Junko Enoshima also?
Yeah, it's my cosplay.
Yep.
I can perfectly reproduce a number of characters and actually become them.
That makes sense as the ultimate cosplayer.
This is the talent of the ultimate cosplayer.
More characters?
How can she cosplay as students of Hope's Peak Academy? Because Sumugi told us.
The Cospox. What cosplay is supposed to be in the first place? Some people refer to cosplay as non-fictional character, which is unforgivable. So unforgivable that I break out in cosplay if I even attempt it.
Ah, you remembered. Yes, that's exactly right.
Leon's hair. Oh yeah, okay, that blue is Sayaka's wig. So much. Makoto.
What does this mean? What? If what I said was the truth, then Hope's Peak Academy was...
Pekko's hair now. So we can cosplay as in there's only one possibility. Hope's Peak Academy is still exists, but shut down. It's fictional. Yep.
It's fictional. It's all fictional?
Because she can cosplay as them.
Fictional?
Byakuya, no!
Event in human history never happened. Hope's Peak, the future foundation, and the remnants of despair do not exist. Because it's all fiction.
The fake
None of it
Byakuya too!
happened in the real world.
All of those events took
Kyoko,
place in a fictional
why?
world known as Danganronpa.
No, not one of the best girls.
Danganronpa? What? What are you even talking about?
Nikon. Kyoko. Yep, really replicates her as well.
Hold on. Then, Hope's Peak Academy doesn't exist?
Nope, because it's fiction. Doesn't exist in the real world.
What?
Isn't that surprising? Yeah. Up till now, you thought fiction was fact.
Fiction is just fiction.
Makoto.
Danganronpa's just fiction.
Danganronpa?
This whole Danganronpa
Mondo.
story is just stuffed into your memories.
For that reason,
Sonia.
we all believed that work of fiction was, in fact, reality.
That's how we put on a cosplay
Ibuki.
performance for everyone to see. A cosplay performance of the whole wide Danganronpa world. Cosplay of the whole wide world? So, this was all fake? Everything was made up? And the whole time, we thought it was real?
Was it cycle through?
Did you think the ultimate cosplayer's talent was only limited to characters?
It'd be kind of lame if that was all the big bad mastermind could do.
The big bad mastermind.
I can do far more than that. I can cosplay the world itself. So if you want to make me your enemy,
Then your enemy is the
Akane.
world of Danganronpa itself.
Danganronpa itself?
But why? Why would you do this? Why make us think it's real?
well, duh.
Aoi.
I'll play the killing game.
This is the world of Danganronpa.
Fuyuhiko.
No shit, we're playing the killing game.
And she kept the whole eye patch.
It's not just
No, not Yagacho again! Nagato appears too much. Not Nyagacho again!
It's a killing game that takes place in the real world, propped up by fiction.
Nyagacho.
In other words, it's
Nekomaru.
ultimate real fiction.
Open real friction, now I gotta take a shit!
But if it's fiction, if everything isn't real, then the world being in ruins is also fiction, right? The world outside is fine, right?
We need to figure out later.
Of course. How did you like that scene? Our staff worked very hard on it.
To make that spare dice.
There's no need to worry about the
Kiyotake Shimaru!
Anyway, back to our
My hero again.
You guys can just relax.
Mahiru and Hiyoko and Mahiru are definitely one of the most forgetful characters.
The world hasn't
But
been
still.
destroyed. It's not the same. And we can all go home.
That ain't happening.
Yasuhiro again. I love calling out all the different characters. But is she gonna do all of them?
Still intact, then we have homes to return to.
I told you that ain't happening, you dumb sea urchin-headed. Wait, that's me.
Good one. Yasuhiro really is
What's
dumb.
going on?
Probably gonna predict I share the same kids with him again.
Do you really want to know?
Forget about the world. It wants nothing to do with you. The walls of this academy are your world now. The outside world is of no concern to you. The audience certainly agrees with me. Isn't that right, you guys?
Yep, there it is. His split opinion. Scrum debate time. JK, it's just the audience. People watching this fucked up killing game. Kyoko's my waifu!
What? Who are these people?
We've all been watching this
And there's
killing
Kyoko.
game transpire.
Of course, those you
Sakura.
are only a fraction of our total viewers.
Watching us?
Just like
Sayaka.
This was all arranged because people want to see it.
So this was all a show. This whole killing game.
No, Chiaki!
Peaceful World watches this show.
Not my best girl!
The outside
And Toko.
world is peace itself. There's no despair or wars, and
You even kept the studs in, nice. And I really want to see what it says down there. Kumafar? Oh, genocide.
people in this peaceful world are straight up crazy for this killing game.
Lol, dude, you watching? Look, I'm participating
Why
too.
would a peaceful world need a game like this?
It's because the world is so
Shimaru.
peaceful that this killing game is necessary.
There needs to be despair.
It is so very peaceful.
Celeste.
And so, it is so very boring. With so much peace, people have become bored. They need stimulation.
Oh, Gundam's hamsters.
Ultimate real fiction.
Leave Chiaki alone!
Danganronpa could fulfill that need. Every person in the outside world watching this is a huge Danganronpa fan.
That explains that Makoto kid was watching. That's what I figured.
Everyone loves the killing games. This killing game is for everyone. So it's
Nah,
everyone's
only-
killing school semester.
Not only people who are 17 and up.
This killing
Hifumi.
latest entry in Danganronpa.
My fanfiction.
Long-awaited sequel that everyone has been waiting for.
Clap, 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 clap.
This is the truth of this killing game. Isn't it the ultimate real fiction?
We were forced to play some fictional killing game?
Danganronpa! You noticed way too late. There's no Danganronpa without Monokuma. Since I'm here, that means this is Danganronpa.
It does say Kumafar. What the hell does that even mean? Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Danganronpa V3.
What is this?
Can't you tell? It's the title of the current Danganronpa you guys are doing.
Nice.
A testament to the
Gundam, there he is.
thirst this blood-soaked world has for Danganronpa.
Chihiro!
The world enjoys and supports it.
How long has it gone on? Did you forget what season of Danganronpa this is? You guys are dumber than ants.
And she squishes hands.
What do you think? What number killing game is this? What season do you think we're on?
Junko the 53rd.
You should be able to tell from the logo.
This is V3. Unless the V actually stands for 5.
And if that's not enough of a
Teru
hint,
Teru.
just feast your eyes below my belt.
No. What killing game is this? What number Danganronpa is this? You can tell from the logo. V3. And the killing game is 53. It's numbers now.
I see now. Could this be the 53rd one?
Correct. This is the 53rd season of Danganronpa.
So Danganronpa V3 is Danganronpa 53 Killing Harmony. Yep.
In other words,
See, season been on for so long. 53. V is the Roman numeral.
Danganronpa 53.
53 equals trash. Okay.
Starting with the Hope
We have it.
Peak Academy arc in
Danganronpa 2.
Danganronpa 1, 2,
Yep,
and
3. Next Danganronpa, Despair Beyond Hope. Monokuma Return. Final Danganronpa, Dream Danganronpa, Shin Danganronpa. So, damn, they even did one for Shin Megami Tensei. Okay.
The seasons just kept coming, and with it came more killing games. Until it
One for Final Fantasy and one for Shin Megami Tensei.
this, the ultimate real fiction.
Despair's counterattack.
The 53rd season of Danganronpa.
53rd season?
What? Did the letter in there
Leon.
throw you off? Well, I guess that happens. But isn't it just rad how it looks like a letter, but it's really a number?
Our title is the 53rd, as this is the 53rd game we have masterminded. It was supposed to be a hint, but whatever.
The hint became an answer.
Since this is the 53rd season, one would expect to see a multitude of characters.
It's exactly what we're seeing now.
But you only have memories from the first few, so you wouldn't recognize any others.
That's why I've limited myself to only cosplaying as Hope's Peak characters.
What, would she have cosplayed as Ultra Despair Girls characters?
Sinking in yet?
Kazuichi.
This killing game is just the 53rd season of Danganronpa.
Oh, I guess generally the game.
Trapped in a fictional Danganronpa-inspired world and forced to play the killing game. That is what the world desired from you.
The two Byakuyas.
So yes, I'm the mastermind. But the real mastermind forcing you to do this is...
The outside world.
the people of the outside world! The people of the outside world are the ones...
It's a mastermind. I'm the mastermind. No, I'm the mastermind. Then I'm the mastermind. Go ahead, go ahead. They're also the mastermind. But I'm the anti-mastermind. Black in despair.
Is the real mastermind?
The reason I made this world? The reason you guys did the killing game? It's all because the outside world wants it, you know? It's not just me. It's everyone involved in this project.
Project?
You don't know what that is? Is your brain leaking oil or something?
Huh.
The ones managing this killing game aren't psychos like the remnants of despair. They're literal managers! Literally! So I want to hear your best guess. What company is running this show?
Spike Chunsoft? It's just gonna be Spike Chunsoft. It's actually companies behind the killing game. Or Team Danganronpa. Found it. Can't believe this is actually happening. Team Danganronpa.
I see it.
This is actually happening. To all the fourth walls have been broken.
Danganronpa?
Yeah, the company that makes Danganronpa is called Team Danganronpa.
You guys are behind in your studies. The audience knew the answer right away.
It's in the title credits at the start.
Pecco. Don't restart the game on me. I mean, it flashed. Is it just gonna be the entire intro again? Trograppy Havoc. Dead by Despair. I just love listening to this. Ultra Despair Girls. which I have just finished playing. So the epilogue will go up later, and by later I mean a day after this is uploaded. The anime. Next Danganronpa, Spirit Beyond Home. Found Danganronpa, Monokuma returns. Jin Danganronpa, I have no idea what reference it is. Shin Danganronpa. Miracle Danganronpa. Anniversary Danganronpa. V3. And don't worry guys, it's literally only 4 Danganronpa games. It's just for the sake of context. Story is not over. A new killing game will begin again. So we end up watching the whole intro. That's nice. And there it is, Team Danganronpa. Danganronpa 53, Killing Harmony. Can we get back to the trial now?
I'm also a part of Team Danganronpa. We make the finest killing entertainment. Everyone enjoys our work oh so much. And our newest project is Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony.
A heart-pounding killing game brought to life by Ultimate Real Fiction.
Shut up! You created an entire fictional world to make us do this fictional killing game? No matter how many false memories we've been implanted with, we aren't fictional!
Sure about that?
What?
Wait, I don't want to do this anymore. Let me go home already!
That's impossible. Didn't I tell you that you have no homes to go back to?
What? Why not?
Because you're just like us. You only exist within the world of Danganronpa.
Just like you?
Still don't get it? You just need to ask yourselves one question. Who the hell are you guys?
I need to take a shit! Who are we? Who are we? Can't deny the truth.
We're all just like you?
That's right. You're all fictional too.
We're just fictional characters created solely for this killing game.
Nothing we can do about it, I'm afraid. Danganronpa's that kind of property.
What are you saying?
We're not fictional. We're living, breathing people.
Your immaterial existence is a fabrication, independent of your actual flesh and blood.
Yep, you're all fictional. You guys out there beyond the fourth wall already knew that, right?
Yep, many fourth walls are being broken.
You all didn't look like this when you first came to the Ultimate Academy. Those were your true selves. Now you're all just fictional characters. That's the truth.
Sorry. That's the truth? Then our real identities. Our true identities. Academy students, ultimates in hiding, normal people?
Just normal, average, everyday people with no ultimate talent whatsoever.
Unless I'm getting some health back. But still. What?
When you guys came to this academy for the first time, you were just boring, everyday high school students. You were average students with no talent, just like me.
But boring everyday characters have no right to be in Danganronpa.
I'll finally finish my water.
So you were all made more suitable for your new role.
Everyone remembered thanks to the first flashback light. You were all given personalities, talents, and upbringings to create your characters. Much like that delightful documentary, Making a Murderer.
Oh yeah, Sonia's fixation with murderers.
It was at that point that the prologue of this story began.
Which means your ultimate talents are all just fiction. Our talents as well?
But they remember it perfectly.
Your talents are a bunch of lies.
Oh, Chiaki.
I mean, they suited you to a certain extent, but mostly in a placebo effect sort of way. Kinda like a form of auto-suggestion. You know, like if you do it, it'll all work out.
It's not just your talents, it's your personalities, families, memories.
It's all fiction, created by the flashback light. Can you really say you're not fictional now?
Even if your body is real, your identities, personalities, talents, and past are all fiction.
Can you really say none of this is fictional now?
Even though she keeps changing characters like crazy.
Wait a minute. What are you babbling about?
Has she actually become everyone now?
Our identities, personalities, talents, and pasts are all fictional? That's stupid!
It's not stupid. Isn't this what you all wanted?
You wanted this?
Yeah, you wouldn't remember, but you guys were all from the outside world.
It's not strange at all that you'd want to be part of the show you love.
No way! Are you saying we wanted to participate in this killing game?
Well, it makes sense, cause remember what it said, Rentaro said to himself? He said that you wanted this killing game.
That's not possible.
So it probably connects to that.
Please, everyone, take a look at this.
Audition tapes.
Number 154. My name is...
Blurred.
I've always been such a huge fan of Danganronpa and always wanted to be in one. If I were a contestant, I would want to be an ultimate detective. I know there's been a few in the past, and I've always loved those characters. So I would want to be one of them. But I don't have to be a detective. I'll be anything to be part of the show. And I mean that. Anything. I'd do anything to be part of Danganronpa. I promise, if I get selected, I will work as hard as I can.
Oh.
I will come up with the best, most gruesome murders, I promise. Everyone will love it. And an ultimate detective hasn't been the Blackened yet, so I'm sure I could do that. I'm also thinking about the perfect punishment for an ultimate detective. What was that?
Wasn't that you, Shuichi?
No, it can't be. I'd never say something like...
You wouldn't say that now, but this is you before you became who you are now.
What?
When we saw your audition tape, we had a flash of inspiration. The weakest ultimate detective ever. Wouldn't it be great to see him grow?
And that's why we made your character and had you join the gang.
The rest of you are no different. You auditioned, and were selected as well.
Auditioned?
Yeah, you were all so excited when you were selected.
I believe it was right after you all received your ultimate wardrobe.
Huh? How nice!
Huh?
So...
You guys are ready?
Could it be...
All right.
We really said that? That's a lie. I have no memory of that.
You just forgot is all. Because of the flashback light we used on you.
All about the killing
used to
game.
be are gone. You're fictional characters now.
Do you finally understand? You are all flesh and blood fictional characters.
So you got nowhere to return. All that stuff's fiction too.
Then my friends and family. My whole life before coming here.
All fiction. That's what a backstory is.
You can't go back home, because there is no such place.
Just like how there's no Togami Corporation in the real world.
The only place we fictional characters can live is in this fictional world. Only in this world. Only in Danganronpa.
Only in this world?
Yes! The place you're actually trapped inside is the Danganronpa world! That's why you guys can't leave this place. That's why your only option is to continue the killing game here. You're all fictional characters, created to kill each other.
I'm sure she just looks like
It's
he's
what
got
the
out of
world
bed.
wants. That's right. There's nowhere to run.
Yikes.
Enough. I don't want to know anything else. I've had enough.
Spare.
Ugh, that reaction.
You fell into despair. It's times like these you need to look to your friends for support.
However, all your friends are fictional too.
Are you chewing on something?
For example, even Kaito's illness was given to him as part of his character.
What?
I was the one who came up with that plotline and gave him that virus. I was also the one who came up with the plotline where you fell for Kaito.
So that was a lie too.
What are you saying?
Then what about Tenko? Was she always defending me because...
That was her character. It's the same for me, too.
A character created to bring excitement to the killing game, much like myself.
So the killing game swelled with excitement. Even my pants started to swell too.
Even fake territory still acts.
This is all a lie? Even my feelings? Are you saying even those were lies?
Well, if you're going to call fiction a lie, then yes. Everything in this world has a writing credit. All our words and actions are just a bunch of lies.
For example, an unbreakable vow of brotherhood is just a simple plotline.
You said it, bro. However, that was a splendid plotline.
Those two really got together.
Kaede said that moved Shuichi's heart.
You see, you should definitely believe in yourself.
That was a lie, because the real Kaede said...
I'm perfect for a killing game. I don't have any faith in humanity.
Damn. She didn't exactly
and who
care.
could forget Kaito's inspiring line?
The impossible's possible. All you gotta do is make it so.
That was a lie! Because the real Kaito said...
Nothing is possible. He's crazy.
I'm not just gonna be in Danganronpa. I'm gonna kill everybody and win! Once I got fame and fortune, I don't gotta worry about what's impossible.
It's all fiction! It's all a lie! Every single thing that has happened in this killing game
That turns a whole
is a lie!
There's a whole story on its head. It's all a lie? The reason we're all here right now is because of them. Because of them, I was able to change. That's why I was trying to live for them, too. I was trying so hard to stay positive. But even if even that's a lie, all warped.
Why am I here? Why did I even survive this long? This is fiction. There's no greater meaning. No greater meaning to death.
Izuru.
No greater meaning to life. It's all fiction. There's no meaning to be found in any of it.
So gross I could just barf.
Well, I guess it makes sense you wouldn't believe all this stuff.
How about that? You in despair yet? It will be troublesome for us if you don't despair under our rule. Danganronpa's all about despair. The reason this killing game's so popular, why it's gone on for 53 seasons. That reason is despair. Viewers flock to see your despair.
That's why all those people out there look so happy. See?
S tier despair. It's despair. It's getting chill. Despair, 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 ultimate despair.
What is this?
Despair? Is this despair?
Is this what the outside world wants? Is Is this what they want from us?
Oh, don't have the energy to yell? Well, yelling for help is useless for fictional characters anyway. It makes the viewers even more depraved and obsessed when they feel sorry for you. They watch, knowing that they shouldn't, just to revel in the depravity of it all. That depravity is the appeal of death games. It's the appeal of this very killing game. It's the appeal of Danganronpa itself.
So what are we supposed to do?
Huh? What was that?
What are we supposed to do? What's gonna happen to us?
What are you guys talking about?
Weren't you going to ruin the class trial and end the killing games? Go ahead and stop it if you can. Try
Let
and
that
stop
reaction
a
gain
world
chills.
obsessed with it.
So it has to be like this.
There's no way to stop it.
Despair.
Impossible.
Oh. Are you giving up already?
It's all a lie.
How unfortunate.
Isn't it? Me, everyone here, everyone who died.
So the real mastermind is the creators themselves.
Everything's
and the people
a lie,
who just
right?
play and watch them. Including me.
Fight for a lie, can I?
And I don't mean Shuichi me, I mean me, the one sitting in a chair recording this video right now. I'm a mastermind.
Oh, what's the matter? Are you in despair? No matter how much you grow, Shuichi, you're still weak after all. Now that you know it's all lies, you've gone back to the weak ultimate detective.
This pleases us. It is a despair fit for Danganronpa.
Well, that was surprisingly disappointing. But I guess it's okay. We're still on script.
Ultimate despairs. Everything's a lie. Everything's meaningless. Everything we've done, everything we faced together, all our feelings. Yikes. World's breaking. Nothing but despair. Pitch black lies. Doesn't matter how many mysteries you solve. Mysteries are all fiction in the first place. All scripted. It's all over. It's all just a lie anyway. Doesn't matter what you do. It's over now. Bad end. Oh, is there another ending I could have gotten? Is this the end? Please tell me, I'm asking you. Wherever I was troubled, my inner voice would always guide me. That's what brought me here. I don't believe that's a mistake, so I will trust it. Tell me what I should do. Tell me your decision. I'm at the bad end. Because this game has saved the situation? Yes. I'm a little confused about what's going on. Let's save it in this slot. Oh. So I guess then we gotta do it again? Really? Alright, then I guess I should look up where the turning point is. Unless... So I gotta say that we're real, I suppose. What's gonna happen if I go back in? The end. Remedy situation. Yes. Let's turn this bad ending into a good ending. Kibo! Because
My
Kibo is the only
inner
one that
voice
didn't do
is
anything.
crystal clear.
That was interesting, though.
My inner voice is telling me I need to remedy this situation.
Yes.
That is why I will not give up.
Kibo.
I will not give up hope until the very end.
What?
We can't give up. No matter what, hope is always within reach. We must keep our heads high and search for hope, especially in deepest despair. Hope?
What hope?
You said so yourself. This killing game is the ultimate real fiction. If this is both real and fiction, then logically it can't all be fictional. Even if this world is fiction, even if we're fiction, there must be something we can do. So there must be a way to break through this. I won't give up hope. Not ever.
Jeez, how annoying.
The outside world doesn't just want despair. It wants hope too. If our voices have reached the outside world, then what my inner voice is telling me is...
Oh, your inner voice? That's the voice of the outside world.
What?
I know, because I wrote your plotline too. There's no way I wouldn't know who that is you're hearing. That's the voice of the outside world.
The voice of the outside world?
From the start of this killing game, you've had a unique role. You're the audience surrogate.
Audience surrogate?
Your inner voice allows communication between yourself and the audience.
That function exists to keep the audience entertained.
Now tell me, what is your inner voice? Speak clearly and enunciate.
What is my inner voice? If I'm a surrogate for the audience, we've been communing this whole time, then I guess I'm controlling Kibo now. My inner voice is actually an audience survey.
This is it! An audience survey?
Well done! Yes, indeed that is the truth!
It's two-way communication that lets you participate in the program from home.
That is your inner voice's true nature. The results of an audience survey.
The voice I relied on for guidance was just the audience answering survey questions?
They led you along so well.
Made was dictated by the audience's answers to that survey.
And when your antenna got flipped off, I guess they didn't have
This
any
season of
interaction.
Danganronpa, the main gimmick is audience participation.
That antenna on your head lets you receive their answers.
This is an antenna?
That's what I figured. It makes
When your
sense.
antenna broke and you went crazy, that was a big problem for us. We got flooded with complaints from the audience.
But that's not your only role. You're also the audience's camera.
Camera?
Your eyes are the eyes of the audience itself.
The audience's eyes?
The outside world has been watching from your eyes the whole time. It lets them feel like they're really a part of the Danganronpa world. And it's all thanks to you! That's why I'm so glad you survived all the way through. Because now I can use you to plunge the outside world into despair.
Despair?
If the audience surrogate falls into despair, then the audience does too.
By making you fall into despair, I can make the entire world fall into despair. My despair will turn from fiction to fact and destroy reality itself.
Isn't that just the most delightful despair?
Why would you go to all this trouble? Isn't Junko Enoshima just a costume?
Oh, Kibo, mon petit doudou! My cosplay is a perfect reproduction.
Actually doing stuff the characters would is totally part of that.
Is that why you want the world to fall into despair?
Rest up! But that's the whole point of Danganronpa.
The outside world wants to see horrible setups and payoffs.
What could be more more horrible than a fictional despair eroding the real world.
No one could have imagined an end this hopeless.
No. I won't give in to despair. If I'm a surrogate for the audience, then I will use my inner voice to broadcast hope to the outside world.
I already fucking told you! The outside world only wants despair!
There's no way.
The only one where they're being force-fed.
That watches
No, my inner voice already told me what to do. I need to remedy this. If that's the voice of the outside world, then the outside world actually wants hope. So I will trust the outside world. I will trust in hope.
The Ultimate Hope robot. The new Ultimate Hope. Hope has been recorded. Same thing that happened with Makoto.
I will not lose to your despair. Not when I'm carrying the hope of the outside world.
Ugh, how annoying. Hope? That's not popular.
Well, if I can get someone like you to fall into despair, that'd be a great ending.
I won't let you do that. Hope will never give in to despair.
Oh, you're going to go that far?
Let's settle this.
Final battle between hope and despair.
Makoto now on the side of despair.
Settle this how?
There's a problem. The class trial is in disarray because Monokuma broke the rule.
You're the one who broke the rule. How about we start over and have a special vote?
A special vote? But you're the one who broke the rules in the first place.
Whatever, man. We've made it this far together. Let's just do one last vote.
Cause that's what Danganronpa's all about!
This final special vote will determine, between Kibo and I, which of us should get punished.
What?
This'll be a vote to determine how this story ends.
You guys have to decide whether this story ends in hope or despair.
To end in hope?
To end in despair?
We decide?
Despair.
Oh man, this is great! Outside world is starting to get jazzed up!
Well, hope versus despair.
Hope will definitely win. No one here wants despair to win.
Yeah, that's right. You can't side with the mastermind.
Even if that choice ends in your suffering? Suffering?
Alright, let me explain what's gonna happen after the vote.
If Kibo, representing hope, is punished, and I, representing despair, win,
Then, per the rules, the killing school semester will continue until only 2 students remain.
You're going to continue the game?
No need to worry, because there aren't gonna be any more murders. My predictions are always correct 30% of the time.
There it is. 30% of the time it's correct 100% of the time.
Flashback-like motives for you. You know they're lies. So no matter how many motives we provide, it's more likely that nothing will happen.
So they're gonna be trapped.
Nothing will happen.
No! That's no way to live! Imprisoned in this school? Living lives of despair?
even if you went outside, there'd be no point.
All your memories are nothing but fiction. Your hometowns, your families, your friends, they never existed in the first place.
Because they're all fiction!
Danganronpa characters can only live in the Danganronpa setting.
Danganronpa this, Danganronpa that.
Reason to pull out of school. Only losers pull out.
Okay, we're moving on.
Then at least put us back how we were!
Silence! Weep not over spilled milk.
I told you guys already. You can't get rid of memories with flashback lights.
Flashback lights can only overwrite old memories with new ones.
But if you're absolutely serious, then use a flashback light to become a different fictional character instead.
So we can't go back to the way we were?
Nope.
Yeah? How about that despair? But if I, representing despair, am punished, and Kibo, representing hope, wins...
Then this killing game will end, of course.
However, you must follow the rules. The game will continue until the final two.
So the game's gonna continue either way.
So only 2 of you can graduate.
What?
Out of the 4 of us, only 2 can survive?
Yes, that is so. I will let you decide the 2 who will survive.
We got this far, and you're telling us to sacrifice more of our friends?
It's just 2 measly sacrifices, and then the rest of you losers can leave the academy.
However, even if you do escape to the outside world, you will find it most unwelcoming.
No! As long as we never give up, there will always be hope.
Well, if you're gonna be a pussy about it, do whatever you want.
Yep, that's exactly how he would act.
Which 2 will survive? Can you choose which 2 will be sacrificed?
I sacrifice myself!
What?
If it will bring hope to everyone and the outside world, I will gladly sacrifice myself.
But, Kibo...
It's okay. Even if it destroys my body, I will defeat despair.
Kibo!
Even if you sacrifice yourself, you still need one more.
In order for hope to win, there needs to be one more sacrifice. Shuichi, Maki, and Himiko. One of them has to sacrifice themselves. Or hope can't win.
You got the guts to make such a heartless choice?
Do you understand now? Even if you choose hope, you will still suffer.
You don't need to choose the hard way. No one expects you guys to do that.
Now, there will be no more killing. So let's all just stay here together.
I actually really have to pee.
There's no reason to go outside. Let's stay here together.
Won't you stay here together?
Oh, stay together.
This is creepy.
I want to stay here with you. Here? Together?
Everyone will feel a lot better after they vote for Kibo. Come on, let's stay together, please.
Together? Okay.
Don't let her fool you!
Together, 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 together.
Despair won't end this killing game. Only hope will.
Nope. Jump right into it. Hope.
The world outside killing game will live on forever.
Despair.
This killing game will end in despair.
Everyone wants to feel despair.
Despair is Danganronpa.
Swole, Monokuma.
Fuck up reality itself.
This time, the theme is the despair of a bad ending.
Merchandise. That's right, this is a story that ends in despair. I'm gonna allow you to do that. I will destroy all your despair. Destroy all until not a trace of it remains. And I will save everyone.
This killing game will end in despair.
Stop missing.
Everyone wants to feel despair.
Despair is Danganronpa.
Despair's gonna fuck up reality itself.
This time, the theme is the despair of a bad ending.
Hope moves forward.
Keyboy.
I will never give up. Hope will never lose to despair.
Huh? How's not giving up gonna help you, huh?
Even if you won't give up, as long as you don't sacrifice someone else.
I'll sacrifice myself.
What?
If Kibo and I sacrifice ourselves, then Shuichi and Himiko live, right? And we can survive this absurd killing game.
Maki?
After listening to Kibo, I've decided I don't want this killing game to end with despair. That would just piss me off.
Even if you only feel that way because I wrote you like that, just like with Kaito.
Even then, I'll choose that ending if it means I can kill you. Even if I have to sacrifice my life, I will kill you.
Maki.
Sacrifice?
My darling assassin.
Wait, Maki!
Well said. Hope is contagious.
I'm sorry. I've already made up my mind.
Don't lose to despair.
But what's gonna happen to us?
That's my Maki.
Go back to the outside world?
A robot and assassin. Hope must go on. Maki, darling. I'm gonna cry. Hope versus despair. One vote for Kibo.
There's nothing for you out there.
Assassin! That feeling when you're in despair. All these tears. Shuichi looks yummy. Oh my god. Maki.
Once the audience sees this ending, I'm sure they'll help us.
Hope lives on. Another hope loop?
Everything is going to be okay. We'll
2 steps
definitely
forward.
find What do you mean, hope?
Don't tempt Maki's fate.
What?
I reject that hope.
Shuichi.
I refuse. I won't accept that hope.
Shuichi, what's the matter?
It's because of hope that this whole thing is happening. I reject that hope.
Hope.
Hope itself is the villain here. We suffer because of hope. Tsumugi isn't trying to make us despair. She wants us to trust in hope. So I say no. I reject that hope.
Tsumugi wants us to trust in hope? What does that mean?
The reason this madness has gone on 53 times, it's because of hope. It's because the audience wants hope. They want to see hope defeat despair in the end. It's Hope's Peak Academy all over again. So if we fight for hope, we just be giving them what they want. And the killings will never end. Don't you see? Despair is the only choice.
Shuichi, why? It's power of despair
The reason
or...
this madness has gone on 53 times, it's because of hope. It's because the audience wants hope. They want to see hope defeat despair in the end. It's Hope's Peak Academy all over again. So if we fight for hope, we just be giving them what they want. And the killings will never end. Don't you see? Despair is the only choice.
No.
I will cut down your words!
Cut down and destroy those words. Fuck you, Shuichi.
Despair takes everything from people. Even their strength to press
Kibo's
on.
not gonna lose. Kibo is hope, and hope lives on.
That's why it's not possible
Shuichi's
for
the cycle of
despair to be
despair?
better.
Things are getting interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna keep reading them. Or maybe I will. The
Probably
fight's just
feel the
starting.
same way. They want hope
No,
too.
that's wrong. What are you saying, hat boy? Can't say anything now, scrub. He's not wearing a hat anymore.
What?
Oh, Shuichi's the mastermind. Wonder who's gonna live.
Even if it's fiction, everyone wants to feel hope.
But they have to pee.
It gives them courage.
They don't have to want to edit this video
And this killing
unless
game
necessary.
continues because we keep giving them the hope they want. While they ignore all the tragedies that we had to suffer to get there.
Shuichi, that's...
Then let's start the voting time!
What?
Final vote! It's all gonna end here. You and your shitty hope.
Wait! We're not finished talking!
Please, let me just ask one more thing. I have to know something before we vote.
What is it?
If Hope wins this final vote, Kibo and Maki will sacrifice themselves. And you, Tsumugi, the loser, will also be punished, correct? What kind of punishment will they receive? Please, tell me what it is.
Why should I tell you? I never said anything about a punishment, did I?
That's right! The punishment isn't the problem right now. The problem is...
No, that is the problem. Because if the punishment is what I think it is, then everything would make sense. Including why Rantaro participated in another killing game.
Rantaro? What does he have to do with
You
this?
think that was a punishment?
You know the answer, Kibo. If you really are connected to the outside world, then I want you to find the answer.
I believe it. Final punishment. This is the reason Rantaro is participating in the killing game again after surviving, and the punishment must be participate in the next killing game.
I got it. The punishment is you have to participate in the next killing game, right?
What?
Yeah, I think so. The punishment after the final vote is to participate in another killing game. That's what Rantaro was talking about.
You want this killing game, so you have to win no matter what. You wanted this.
Something similar must have happened in the last killing game, and he was given a choice. He sacrificed himself and was forced to participate again. All this means is, if we choose Hope here, the killing game won't end. Tsumugi will still be the mastermind, Kiba will still represent the viewers, and Maki will be the new ultimate survivor. The killing game will begin again. Don't you see? If Hope wins, the killing won't stop. It's because Hope wins that the killing never stops. It's what the people want. They want Hope to win. They want the happy ending.
He was not gonna lose. Okay, so you guys can have fun reading this. I gotta pee. At least I found a good place to stop, where you guys can actually read all this stuff.
That's how the killing game has gone on 53 times.
The killing game persists because Hope always wins?
That's why I'm going to reject that hope.
Choose despair? You're going to choose despair to end the killing game? How boring.
Yep, Izuru.
But this is fine. Our audience loves despair, so this will please them too.
After all, even if despair wins, the killing game still won't end.
Then
it won't end either
Hope
way.
has to win this game too. If we continue to win for Hope, then this killing game will surely end someday.
No, you don't get it. It's not going to end. It's going to keep happening over and over.
Then what are we supposed to do?
Not vote.
When Maki said she was going to sacrifice herself just now, I thought, why? So many of our friends have sacrificed their lives. Why Maki? Why now? Why do we have to go through it again? The sorrow of losing Kaede and Kaito. Why do we have to feel that sadness over and over and over again? Why do we have to bear that burden? Well, I don't care how much the audience wants it. I'm not gonna feel that way anymore! I don't want anyone to feel that way anymore! Even if this is fiction, even if we're all fictional, the pain in my heart is real.
The sadness I feel when I lose the people I love is real. I won't forgive this game that treats us like toys. And if this is what the world wants, then I reject that world. I'll fight the world that inflicts suffering for entertainment.
It doesn't matter what you do. No matter what a fictional character does or says.
Forget about Shuichi. You're in despair, right? Show me the despair ending.
Then I'll fight the outside world.
It's okay to feel despair sometimes. Why have we been doing this?
From within this fiction. But how?
I refuse to vote.
Yes.
Refuse to vote?
Monokuma said that if we don't vote, we'll be killed for breaking the rules.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm doing it. If this ends without a single vote being cast for hope or despair, the audience would hate it. They'd never accept an ending like that. So I abstain. I refuse to give the outside world the ending it wants. I won't vote for Kibo or Tsumugi.
I just want to read some of this stuff. Back. Review at last. It was just getting interesting.
I reject both hope and despair.
You're the mastermind. They blaming us? We haven't refuted it. Come on, Kibo, attack! Hope won't end the killing game. If that's true, then this feeling that I must win for Hope is... What am I supposed to do? Hope.
I'll get a stop to this killing game. This is all fake. Our suffering and pain is real.
Hope is everywhere.
It was rough for me too.
It's a test game. What the fuck you gonna do?
And it's better to just let it end with despair.
I reject both hope and despair. I reject a world that would make us do this. Which is why I abstain from voting. So this won't end in hope or despair.
You can't throw away your futures. Hope is contagious.
Yes. Yes, it is. We mustn't give up on Hope. I know that. Hope seems to demand tragedy from us. What am I supposed to do?
I'll put a stop to this killing game.
Do I have to do the perjury? Or do I have to fight Hope with Hope? I guess I'll try both.
You throw away your futures. Hope is contagious.
Nope. That's right, Kibo. Let's all believe in Hope together. Move us forward. You really okay? That's what I figured.
Stop this killing game.
It's all about despair.
This is all fake. Our suffering and pain is real.
This has to be here sometime.
Me too.
It's a test game. What the fuck you gonna do?
It's better to just let it end with despair.
I reject both hope and despair. I reject the world that would make us do this. Which is why I abstain from voting. So this won't end in hope or despair.
Or end in conflict.
Throw away your futures.
Let's do this.
Kibo, what are you doing? Did your inner voice really tell you to do that? Did it tell you to reject hope?
No. My inner voice is still telling me not to give up on hope. But if that hope demands tragedy from us, then I cannot trust it. I may be a robot, but the thought of my friends dying still fills me with sadness. I don't want anyone else to feel this way. So, I will abandon hope.
Do you know what will happen if you do that? To defy the audience,
give a damn. This killing game is over anyway. New characters are created just to show the outside world a fictional hope. They get written into these killing games, forced to betray one another. And at the end of the slaughter, the tragedy, the despair, hope always wins. Well, I've had enough of it. We're gonna end this right now. We won't let it end the way they want. We won't make a good ending or a bad one. To end this killing game and end it forever.
Shuichi's back.
We will reject Danganronpa.
Shuichi?
Tsumugi, you were right. I'm weak. I'm weaker than everyone else. If I didn't have my friends, I'd be useless. That's true even now. If Kibo and Maki didn't stand up, I would have ended it all right then. But it's because I'm weak, and because I lost my way, that I finally realized. I finally realized how cruel this hope really is.
Hold on, everyone. We keep thinking. We can find a better ending, and...
Himiko, Maki, will you abstain from voting with me?
Abstain from voting? You can't do that. All three of you will be killed if you do.
You guys really want to commit suicide?
It's still a sin to throw your life away, even if your life is fictional.
You've been fighting so hard to survive, but now you're gonna give up?
Such foolishness! To cast your life away is the height of stupidity.
I get it, cause Kibo and Tsumugi can't vote since they're on the line.
Himiko, we can put an end to this insane killing game. We're gonna use our lives to end this madness.
Use our lives?
But Himiko, you have to choose, okay? You can't look away. You can't back down. You have to choose. Only those who have found the truth can choose their destiny.
Another line that Tsumugi should have made up. Himiko! We can put an end to this killing game. We can put an end to these killing games that everyone out there wants so bad. If so, then we will use our lives!
If we refuse to vote...
I'm Himiko now.
To choose death is to blaspheme against life itself.
No.
Hope and despair. Neither the victor. No one would want an ending like that.
You would throw your life away for that?
That would be a meaningless death.
No, it wouldn't. Our lives are our strongest weapons. And with these weapons, we revolt against the outside world.
Yes! If we don't stop the killing game, this tragedy would just keep happening. Tenko and Angie wouldn't want that.
If we refuse to vote, we all die. To choose death is to blaspheme against life itself. Hope and despair. Neither the victor. No one would want an ending like that. Our lives are our strongest weapons. And with these weapons, we...
I'm gonna put an end to it.
The V consent from Himiko.
Even if I'm a fictional character, my life is real. That's why killing games are fun, right? It's fun to see two lives clash, right? I won't let you use my life for some show. Use my life to end this killing game. So Tenko, Angie, and all the past victims can rest in peace. It's the only weapon I've got. I'll use my life to put an end to this killing game!
What? Suicide is suicide, no matter what your reason is.
Perhaps that thought is just another work of fiction, following along my outline.
It could be a part of my script, just like Maki falling for Kaito, you know? Because if none of you vote, and I do, then I'll be the only one who survives.
I guess Smoogie is voting.
Exactly like something the big bad mastermind would come up with?
okay, Maki. Believe in me. And believe in yourself. Just like you believed in Kaito.
Believe in myself?
That's why you have to fight. Even if you're scared. Because you have that strength. Come on! It'd be a lousy story if the hero gave up so easily.
Maki is back. My desire to end this killing game may be fictional. And the mastermind as a sole survivor would be a convenient ending for her. All of that might be implanted as well, just like my feelings for Kaito. Everything is fiction, a story written by someone. But even then, I... use our lives again? That's it.
Even your thoughts are works of fiction! It's all following my outline to a T!
This whole shebang is fiction! That's Danganronpa for ya!
Even if it is fiction, it's because of everyone's sacrifices that we've come this far. Their deaths have to be more than just fiction. There must be something we can do.
You need to give your lives for them as well.
We're going to use this fiction to change reality. We're going to end Danganronpa.
Yes! Red screen. I'll end this killing game. I believe in my feelings.
We're gonna end.
I will believe in myself.
Maki Harukawa.
Even if everything is fictional, I'll believe in my feelings. If I can't believe in my feelings, then my existence will have no meaning. If we can change reality, then we won't be just fiction. Our lives will have significance. And hopefully, my feelings will have significance too.
But it's okay for everyone to die together!
Man, why do you guys want to die so badly?
It's not that I want to die. We fought so hard to survive. Of course we don't want to die. But it's not just about us. Everyone who died in the killing games felt the same way. They were all desperate to live. They wanted to survive. For themselves and for someone else. That desire isn't fictional to us. That pain isn't fictional to us. To us, the killing game is real tragedy. That's why we have to stop it. We won't let this happen ever again.
Like I told you, it's not going to stop, because that's what the world wants. As long
Fuck
as
the
the world
world.
wants killing games, Danganronpa will not end!
Then we have to change it.
There's no way you can change it. Fiction could never change the real...
You don't believe in the power of fiction?
Huh?
She didn't understand at all.
But our wish will surely be received by someone. If fiction has the power to touch people's hearts, then that power can change the world. That is what I believe. I will also abandon my vote, just as Shuichi suggested.
Then it's decided. We all abstain from voting. We reject hope and despair. We refuse to bow to the demands of the outside world.
Are you serious?
Are you getting flustered? Your costume changes are less frequent now.
Are you crazy? If you do that, only I, the mastermind, will survive, you know?
What about despair?
Do whatever you want with hope and despair.
Already decided to quit this killing game.
I don't care about this fictional world.
That's right. This class trial is over. Now, start voting time.
Voting time? No, not yet. This game is gonna continue.
The killing game will continue!
This trial will go on forever and ever!
continue the game.
This game is gonna keep going. And this class trial ain't over yet either. You really want the killing game to end?
Talking so fast.
You really want Danganronpa to end? Come on, even if we keep going back and forth. Let's keep this game going. I won't let it be voting time yet.
We're going to abstain from voting. We don't have to play this rigged game. We're going to ban this entire game. We're going to end this killing game.
This game is gonna keep going. And this class trial ain't over yet either. You really want the killing game?
Hey, knock off the boring lies! I bet you really want to have fun this game, don't ya? I don't care what Monokuma says. The game is over!
Why aren't you doing anything?
I'm abandoning this game. I won't play your game anymore, Monokuma. Now start the vote.
I won't let you abandon this game.
I definitely won't let you! I still need you guys to keep playing the game!
We're gonna let it run out. Cause fuck this game. Game over.
Hey, what are you doing?
We're not playing your fucking game anymore.
Lots and lots of fun with Danganronpa!
It's going off really slowly. That's only gonna be one answer. That means you gotta go through this really slowly. That doesn't do anything. So now we're gonna run.
Fine, be bored. We're not here for your entertainment. We're trying to survive. You're the ones who want us to be entertaining.
My killing game? Like
If you're
management.
gonna complain, perhaps you should just stop watching. Even if we have to make the entire audience hate us, we're not going to stop. We're going to end our tragedy here.
Give up already and start voting time.
All 4 of us will abstain from voting, so you'll be the only one who survives.
Are you okay with that, Kibo? Is your inner voice telling you that's okay? Does the outside world really want that? Do they want Danganronpa to end? Hey, what are they saying? What's your inner voice saying?
My inner voice doesn't matter anymore. I'm going to end this game with my friend.
Kibo?
Sibo, what's wrong?
That's what I thought. See? They don't want this kind of ending. They want the killing games to continue. That is the outside world's decision.
What?
Isn't that right, Kibo?
Yes. My inner voice will not accept an ending without hope or despair.
Kibo!
Kibo, get a hold of yourself! That's not possible. The Kibo you see there isn't the one you know. Like I said, You can't defy the audience when you're their surrogate. It's because he did such a silly thing that he's feeling the audience's anger now.
What do you mean? What's happening to Kibo?
What did he do?
Since Kibo kept defying the audience, they took a vote and decided that troublesome personality of his should be erased.
His personality was erased?
How cruel can you guys be? How long are you gonna play with our lives? But that's the decision of the outside world. Don't just end Danganronpa! We supported you! You owe us! That's what they said. So it doesn't matter how much you fight, you can't change the outside world. Because the outside world still wants Danganronpa! That won't change! What did you say? So do you still want to throw your lives away? Even if it changes nothing?
Fighting back.
Kibo!
Kibo!
I can barely control it. Looks like this is the end.
Don't say that! You survived this far!
I'm sorry. I could not fight with you till the end. But your choice is not wrong. The real enemy is the outside world who is enjoying this killing game. So please, use me to change the world.
Kibo!
Kibo! Stay with us! He's completely erased. That makes me sad too, you know. He was a character I created. But this is the end. The outside world rejects your decision. So no matter how you use your lives, it won't change anything.
Then I'll change it. Kibo gave us this one chance. If Kibo is doing what the outside world is telling him, we just have to convince him. We know we can change the world. We owe it to Kibo to try.
I said it's impossible. For fiction to change the real world...
The impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so.
Your own quotes used against you, Samugi.
You can even change the world.
Fiction can change the world.
Change the world. For ourselves and everyone who died.
You're going to throw your lives away for those who have died? You've got to survive this killing game. If you die now, it's all over.
Even if we die, it's not the end. Our friends who died gave us their love, and we changed because of that. If we can inspire change in others, then that love will live on. That love will tear down the wall between fiction and reality, and it will live on forever. That's why I'm gonna change the world. As long as I have their love, I will change it. Even if this whole story is a lie, I will use that lie to change the world.
Change reality as we know it.
We're not gonna just be fiction!
Shuichi, you can change this world. Because you're Kaito's sidekick.
There's no way you can persuade them like that! They all love the killing games! They can't get enough Danganronpa!
World what it wants! I won't let hypocrites interfere!
Kibo, let me hear the voices of the outside world. And let them hear me.
Here we go. A little dizzying. Argument armament.
This isn't my Danganronpa. I'm a longtime fan. Do you realize how much I've given to this show? I'm gonna be pissed if there isn't a happy ending. This debate is getting rough. I don't like twists like this. This is getting way too mad. This isn't my Danganronpa. I'm a longtime fan. Do you realize how much I've given to the show? I'm gonna be pissed if there isn't a happy ending. Man.
I didn't see that.
No way fiction can change the world. Wrong.
Can change the world.
The power to change reality. I'm not here for a damn lecture. Hey, what about little Miss Assassin's bullshit? Preachy characters are so annoying. I was rooting for the detective. This guy should have died instead of Kaede. Death makes the characters better. Death is the point of Danganronpa. I'm not here for a damn lecture. Hey, what about Little Miss Assassin's punishment? Preachy characters are so annoying.
Hard to see.
Killing games are the best form of entertainment.
Killing game is wrong.
Entertainment. Hope versus despair. Pick one. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. 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 Hope. Despair. 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 Hope. 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 Despair. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. This ending sucks.
So hard to do.
Despair. Despair. Hope. Hope. Despair. Despair. Hope. Hope. Despair. Despair. Hope. Hope. Despair. Despair. Hope. Hope. Hope versus despair. Pick one. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. 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 Hope. Despair. 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 Hope. 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 Despair. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. This ending sucks. Hope. Hope. Despair. Despair. Hope. A pointless death because no one voted is the worst ending ever.
It's not pointless. We're gonna use our lives to change the world.
Is Danganronpa really good? You can't just end it out of the blue. Who cares if they die? They're not real. Just kill each other already. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. We want more of the killing game. I need that sweet closure. Well, hopefully there's another season. There's no way they could have been like this. Long-time fans. Do you realize how much I've given to this show? Death makes this ending suck. Point versus despair. Death makes this ending suck. Point versus... Danganronpa will never end. Will it?
I messed it up.
Is Danganronpa really gonna end? You can't just end it out of the blue. Who cares if they die? They're not real. Just kill each other already. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. Hope. Despair. We want more of the killing game. Danganronpa will never end.
We'll end Danganronpa with our own hands.
Together, we're gonna end Danganronpa.
What just happened?
Kibo?
Like I said, it's pointless. The outside world won't let Danganronpa end. Everyone loves Danganronpa. That's reality. Killing game entertainment will continue forever.
Now then, let's proceed with voting time! I think hopeful Kibo should vote for despairing Tsumugi, without a doubt. That's what the outside world wants to see.
Let's give it everything we've got! Presenting one last voting time!
No, we promise to refuse to vote. There will be no voting. So how you guys been? Final trial is about to hit its end. Looking at Kaede one more time.
All right, looks like voting is over. Let's hurry and announce the results.
I didn't vote. That was the right thing to do, right?
The three of us might be penalized for abstaining to vote. But what's going to happen to Kibo and Tsumugi?
Kibo is controlled by the outside world. He must have voted for Tsumugi.
Then what about Tsumugi? If she had cast one vote for Kibo, then it would be a tie, but...
Oh, there's no need to worry about that. I didn't vote either.
What?
Just as I thought. You wanted Hope to win.
That's not it. We're friends, aren't we? There's no way I'd abandon you guys.
Friends? You've got no right saying that now!
I turned over a new leaf. I'm not lying. It's the truth.
Nope.
So, since the four of us abstained from voting, only Kibo's vote counts. No matter who he voted for, the only one who survives is Kibo. So, in other words, the winner is Hope. But Kibo said earlier that he'd sacrifice himself and take the punishment, right? So we're going to punish him. He'll be participating in the next killing game.
Hold it! Why are you punishing Kibo? If Kibo survives, then there's no need for him to be sacrificed.
It doesn't work like that. He needs to follow through on his words.
That's not fair! Are you twisting the rules again?
It's fine, because this is all fiction. Maybe it's a bit forced, but that's fiction for you, right? Well, since I didn't vote, I'll be killed with you guys. But I'll accept my death. If you guys are willing to die to stop the killing game, I'll die to continue it. Even if it's just fiction, I gave my life to make it. I've given my life to Danganronpa. And how about this for the next plotline? Hope has won, but the lone survivor, Kibo, remains trapped. Now he'll challenge the killing game anew. Will he be able to grasp true hope? Yeah, an ending like that can work, right?
What? This is the worst possible ending.
But this is bad. At this rate, our deaths will be meaningless.
Well, we already know the outcome.
But he's smiling.
We should follow
Shuichi's
protocol.
smiling.
Monokuma, please tell us the results.
Okay, then let's begin. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Who will win? Hope or despair?
The Kuma Fair. No votes. Not a vote. And it looks like I was right to not have to edit this because there's no back routes in this thing. There are no back routes, so I can just upload this immediately. But yes, that was the final trial. And now, just to be sure, I'm actually gonna look it up, but but it seems like there are no back routes. So until then, you guys keep doing what you're gonna do. This might take a little bit. You guys can probably skip a bit ahead, but I'm doing this. Not where I wanna be. Yeah, because there's no like little increments there, so this means there's probably gonna be no back routes. Let's check. No backgrounds. Alright then. So this can be uploaded immediately. What? All 5 people abstained from voting?
What did you say?
What's going on? Didn't Kibo vote? I'm relieved. Why is that? What? The world has changed. Huh?
That's true.
If Kibo refused to vote, that means the world has changed. It means the audience chose not to vote as well.
That's it.
They rejected this killing game.
What is that?
What? You're right. That's what you get for breaking the rules like that. Hold on, is that really okay? Danganronpa's gonna end? Killing game full of tense standoffs and backstabbings among friends. Just gonna end it's gonna abruptly end with season 53? Is that really okay? Oh, the screens are turning off. People are logging off. Huh?
No.
Your words can't reach them anymore.
That's it.
You never appreciate us, and it looks like you didn't appreciate the power of fiction. No one wants you anymore. No one wants to hear your sick, twisted stories anymore. It's over. This is it. It's finished. Really is the end, isn't it? So what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? That's over. There's no need for any punishments. What a half-ass ending. There's no way to end Danganronpa. No, it needs to end with a punishment at the very least. I see. No. Now, if we continue to live after this, the choice we made won't really matter. People will just want another killing game, so the only way we can stop this killing game is to kill ourselves. Got it! Let's just get it over with. It's going to end with everyone being annihilated? I'm expecting an ending like that, so I don't have a punishment ready. So I'll just leave it to Kibo.
Yes.
Alright, I'll do it. I'll be the one who ends this killing game. It's fixing to an end.
It's the will of the outside world. Destroy this entire fictional world and end the killing game. That is what the outside world wants.
We're trying to keep it going for 53 seasons, now 53 seasons, now it's all over. Well, that's fine. It's just a world without killing games now. I don't want to be a part of it. She loves changing their eye color. I have no interest in a world without Danganronpa. I guess this is it for us. The survivors, that's kind of a bummer.
It's okay.
But now it's all over. We're the last ones to suffer from the killing games.
Okay.
Come on, everyone. We should be proud. We're able to change the world in the end.
Because
If this is all just fiction and everything we've achieved up to now might be a lie, but those lies, they change the world. Even if we are just fictional characters someone made up,
that's it.
we're able to change the world.
All right.
You're right, I feel the same way. My plan was just a flawless copy. It even failed right at the end.
So I should be able to hold my head up high.
I should be able to hold my head up high as a copycat criminal, right? A cosplay cat criminal.
Everyone.
Very well, let's begin. Or rather, let's end this. This is the will of the outside world. Tsumugi, Shuichi, Himiko, and Maki receive punishment. Destroy the Ultimate Academy. This is the end of Danganronpa. Just Junko, doing her same wave. And then just Tsumugi. Who gets killed? Now he doesn't have to hold anything back. Destroy the academy. Let the rubble burn. Happy about something. And they self-destructs. So in the end, Kibo dies as well. Tsumugi and Kibo are now dead. But what about everyone else? And that's just how it's gonna end. Did everyone die? We don't know. But likely. Anyways, that was the whole Danganronpa series. I am so glad I ended up getting this whole thing done before Decadence released. That's actually in 2 days from now. So, are you guys gonna pick it up? I already have it pre-ordered, so I'm excited. It's just showing all the names of the characters. So I hope you guys liked it. Of course, you can get this game on Steam, and you can also get it on PS4. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll probably be able to find the PS Vita versions. The versions I wasn't able to find that I wanted. But yes, you can pick this up. You can pick up the whole Danganronpa series on Steam, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation Vita. And for some reason, Don't You Despair Girls isn't coming on Switch. I'm a little sad about that, but you know what? Whatever happens, happens. So you're gonna play any of the versions? And are you gonna pick up Decadence? I kinda wanna hear what you guys have to say. So thank you guys for watching, and the extra stuff will come soon. Thank you, Spike Chunsoft, for such an amazing series. And also a big thank you to Team Danganronpa. Danganronpa 53. That's a new theme. Now acquired the new theme, Danganronpa 53. And then Team Danganronpa employee badge. The variety cushion. Each their own roulette. Easter egg. Save the game before you can use the clear data bonus. Goodbye, studio audience. Strongly recommend that you save the game. Yes, yes I will. My controllers. We went to a different language.
Are you okay?
That's what I figured.
somehow.
They all survived.
I'm sort of stuck here. Someone help me out.
I'm here, you know.
Himiko, careful.
Game really tricked us there.
Say,
Thank you,
We made
Shinichi.
it. Hey, how were we saved? Why are we still alive?
The will of the outside
Why are we
world.
alive? I wonder.
Killing game is over. Class trials are over. The fictional world is over. So then, where are we? In the fictional world. After the fiction has ended? What's left for us here? Everyone's killing game closing ceremony. Still going on. We were silent for a long while, staring into the other side, where we continued to hope, and they continued to torture us. The outside world. 53 times, hope moved forward. 3 times the suffering continued. The world on the other side of the fiction, the real world.
so, what do we do now?
We didn't think of a plan for what to do after. I thought that was the end of us back there.
But we survived. And that's the truth. Okay.
Seems as though we don't really have a choice. We can't stay here anymore. But I don't get it. Seriously, how are we still alive? When the world destroyed itself, I thought we would go down with it.
You're right.
Kiba probably saved us. Made sure we didn't die.
Why?
But why? Why would he do that? No point in us escaping to the outside world. We're just fictional characters. Kiba saved us because he was acting on what the outside world wanted?
No.
Then maybe this is what the outside world wanted. Yeah, for us to live?
Okay.
That's right. In addition to ending all this, the outside world wanted us to live. Suppose said world wanted this lie to become the truth. So come on, everyone. Let's head outside with confidence.
Remember.
The outside world is waiting. Outside world, huh? Wonder what kind of world it is. Peaceful world with no fighting and no despair. That's what Samugi said, right?
You're right.
Yeah. She wasn't lying. Yeah, it might be a lie.
Because.
Remember the last thing Samugi said? That was such a flawless copy. It even failed right at the end. I should be able to hold my head up high as a cosplay cat criminal.
If I remember correctly.
Said copy. This means she must have been copying someone, right? What does that mean? What indeed? What? You don't know? Oh well, I have some theories. Perhaps the Academy and the Realm of Despair really exist. Maybe Samugi was just basing her performance on them.
Hey.
So Samugi lied about the whole world being just fiction?
What did you say?
What? A surprise ending?
No.
No, I don't really know for sure. She may not have been lying when she said copy. If she was telling the truth, then it would make sense that that was a lie. What do you mean, that?
That's...
Well, Samugi showed us the way we were when we first arrived.
Huh?
What am I... What?
How nice!
Good, now you look ultimates.
So...
You guys are ready?
Could it be...
Alright!
It's like this for the killing game.
But...
I don't believe it. I can't believe that any of us would volunteer for this. Forgot everything about our old selves after the first flashback light, didn't we?
If I remember correctly...
After what Samugi said, but something's been bugging me about that. Even if we were obsessed with this killing game, I still can't believe we will participate in it. Just don't believe it. I don't believe... but I don't really have any logic behind that. What if Kaito's hunches, huh?
What's the point?
Anyway, there's no way for us to check when we all apply to the academy, right?
Okay.
Yeah. What? We can't check. So in the end, we still don't know what was true or not. Fictional world ends here, and the real world lies out there. Perhaps just beyond here is the truth, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it's all still fiction in the world, or maybe Danganronpa still continues in that world, or maybe the outside world is the same as this. It might be a world filled with lies. Well, if we can't get out here, we'll know for sure. Yeah, but I feel like there's not too much meaning in truth and lies. Yeah, what do you mean? I mean that even if something is a lie, even if it's fiction,
remember,
if it has the power to change the world, then it must contain some kind of truth.
Aren't we proof of that? In this fictional world, we overcame all these fictional struggles, but those things changed us, and we were able to change the world. So it doesn't really matter where the truth ends and where the lies begin. If lies can change the world just as well as the truth can, then lies are just another way of telling the truth. Some lies can lead the world to hope. Some truths can lead the world to despair. So I don't think anyone can really say which is more right in the end.
Guess it's not important whether it's a truth or a lie, just what it leads to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
We stand with one foot in fiction and one foot in reality.
Then, we need to see for ourselves whether this fictional world has changed the outside world.
So they're jumping into the real world?
And what we can do from this point on.
You're right. We can't stay in this fictional world forever. It's already over. We gotta take all the experience we earned in this world and go on to the next.
Yeah. Let's go. We'll see what this world gained, and what it lost, and all the rest. Let's find out together.
To the other side of this world, the other side of fiction. Let's find out together. It's what we could accomplish. The story lives on. I'm sure even now, even on the other side, it lives on there as well. And thus the story lives on. Was this lie able to change something? Was this lie about to change someone? Was this lie able to change the world? If it was able to change even the smallest thing, then the story isn't over. Danganronpa. Yes. That was amazing. This is the game we started. So of course, let's do some things first. This tile screen is real now. And so we got the other stuff now. Train the students of Hope's Peak Academy. Salmon? Then get bond to your fellow students. Let's see some of these. Dang it, Salmon. Love across the universe. Why is it called Salmon? And then the talent development plan, which is what's getting expanded on in Decadence. Becoming an extra game. This is definitely the first thing I want to show off. Definitely also so I can see what the new game makes use of, or improves upon. But of course, let's take care of some things first. And let's do that, I believe we can complete. Or is it do the Love Hotel that we complete? Rentaro and Kaede. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm really gonna finish this. You know, if I do, I'll probably make a video on it if I ever decide to come back to it. Check out the new theme. We don't have any themes because I never really cared about them. Danganronpa 53. Lossy. Now what about all the new items we got? It's showing me those 4. Right? The variety cushion. Cushion that expresses the will of the outside world to abandon killing games and watch human relationship instead. It unlocks love across the universe. Lucky roulette with ups and downs that can impact people's lives. Unlocks ultimate talent development plan. Proof that you've played Chapter 6 Memento Tsumugi. It's a badge that Team Danganronpa employees wear. Proof that you've played the epilogue. Traditional item awards at the end of Danganronpa. That is something, alright. Okay. Now let's head to Casino one more time. There's some items I want to get. Or rather, there's one last ability I want to get. So and in the end, I'll have all the abilities. This would be how we end it. Getting the final ability. Let's do it. In Dangan, Vegas. So we unlocked some of the other things. Super Lucky Man's 100,000. What the hell? Oh man, fun for kids. Powered water gun. Why is she so? Right, some slots got filled up. This is it. Tranquility. There's colors for each character. That's it. I wish Tranquility. Let's actually read this. It makes the reticle stop shaking. Not that it really matters. Because the game's over. We will be taking care of everything else soon. So thank you guys for watching.